Hello everybody, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday, my friends. We've made it through another week. Hopefully all of you are enjoying some flight sim time this weekend. Good to see you all here. Everybody's with me. I like it. I like to see it. Captain Will, welcome. Jonathan, good to see you. Dubik, good to see you. Chris Clark, welcome. Jetstar, good to see you. Gary P, welcome back. Quick Match, good to see you. Caleb Bockelman, welcome. Matthew O, good to see you. SF Aviation, welcome. Pardon me. Leonard Grant, good to see you. Vaj, good to see you. Yuckfu, good to see you. Tony Baldo's in the house. Welcome back, my friend. Jonathan JB, good to see you. Tom, good to see you, man. CHLM, welcome. Tenure to MOBA, good to see you. Max Medcraft, welcome. Bearcap, good to see you. Alexi, welcome. Greg Elwell, good to see you. MGI, good to see you. School is cool. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Lee Russell, good to see you. Ronnie's, welcome back. Do you want to board crew? VN de Clerk, good to see you. Nope, crew's already on board. MN Sports Fan, good to see you, dude. Jace97, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Space Burb, good to see you. Queen Buttons, welcome. Boeing 787 fan, good to see you. Viperize, welcome back. Flight Sim Pilot, good to see you. Bearded Yeti's here, good to see you, man. Chris Clark, good to see you. Kevo, welcome back. DJ BQ, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Dan Isaac, good to see you. Axel Johan, welcome back. Bence Deek, good to see you, man. Going Dutch Films, got you. Good to see you, man. Captain Dom is here. Welcome. Moro SGD, good to see you. College Dude is here. Welcome back. Bombtex here. Welcome, man. Bossman Wilson, good to see you. Goons MX, welcome. Captain Jack, Flight Sim, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. John Brand, welcome. Felix, good to see you. Sasha, good to see you. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for coming to hang out today. on the ground here at EGNX. This is a beautiful scenery, and I've just been sitting here for about the last 20 minutes, and I've been watching all the aircraft departing out of me. It's been pretty cool. We've had some, obviously a big heavy here. We had a 777 a second ago, FedEx 777. We've got a UPS 747. There was a business jet or two that departed as well. So pretty damn cool, man. Pretty damn cool here on the ground. Chat, what is EGNX again? Nottingham? What's the other, what do they call it? They renamed the airport or something. Evening, I see here at my local airport, there's a racetrack next to it. Is there, Jimmy? Very cool, man. We'll have to look for that once we get the aircraft boarded. We'll have a little bit of a look-see. It is Nottingham, but I think they didn't they rename it or something recently? I don't know about recently, but East Midlands, that's it. Thank you. East Midlands, Nottingham. That is exactly it. Anyways, friends, welcome aboard. Thanks so much for coming to hang out today. Truly do appreciate y'all for being here. Probably going to be a little bit shorter than normal. These flights are not very long. I think we're scheduled at 45 minutes. Yeah, 44 minutes over to Dublin, and probably even shorter on the way back because we're going to end up having a tailwind from Dublin over to East Midlands. So without further ado, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. We do have a fun flight planned for us tomorrow as well. We're going to be doing more, wrapping off the week. Actually, we're probably going to wrap up flying the A300 tomorrow. As you know, next week we're going to be in the fly-by-wire A32NX. We're going to spend a week flying that aircraft, and then fingers crossed, hopefully, by the time next week we're done flying the fly-by-wire, we're going to have the Phoenix update out. That's my hope. I'm fingers crossed that the Phoenix update is going to be out after next week, and then we can kind of transition from flying the fly-by-wire into flying a 319 and a 321. So, very excited for that one. Is my Thrustmaster Boeing yoke in the cargo today? Yes, it is. Took some photos, EGNX today, saw an IRL 310. 310 or 300 nuke? Probably a 300. I don't know if there's very many 310s still operating and around, but is that the A300? This is the A300. Yes, we are getting loaded up with cargo. She is quite beautiful. I'll give you this view right there. Look at that. Oh, baby. Got views for days for you. Cool. Let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. Once again, about 44 minutes into Dublin today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, do we have any ATC online, chat? I could not figure this one out. I don't know if we have any ATC on. Hold on, I gotta check VATaware. VATSIMAP. Check SimAware. I don't know if we have any ATC for us. Where are we? We are... where the hell are we? I don't see any ATC for us. Is that us right here? This has to be us. Yeah, EGNX. Okay, I don't see any ETC for EGNX. I do... No ETC for us. We got some London stuff on, but no ETC for us over at EGNX. So we're going to be on to the Unicom. Cool. Definitely not after next week, like I'd say. Well, Melinda, you know what? I've come to learn that you are a professional Debbie Downer. So, honestly, I that's awesome. Sweet. Cool. Yes. But I also take your opinion like I take a grain of salt. Let's go ahead and get our external power to the on position. We'll also go and get all of our battery switches on. We'll go ahead and flip this over to the external power, and we'll use BAT. We used BAT 1 today. I think we used BAT 2 yesterday, so we'll leave that there. Let's go ahead and get our gears left side, right side, and center. Beautiful. Everything looks good up there. We'll continue our flows down here. No smoking to the on position. Everything else looks good here. We'll go and get our galley power on. We'll go and get our nav and logo lights on. Beautiful. Fuel pumps can stay off for now. Engine start switches can also stay off. We'll get our EPU master start switch on. Window heat can come on, and we'll arm our emergency exits. Beautiful. Bring some of the heat down here just a little bit. We like to run like 21 degrees instead of the 23 or 24 degrees. Let's come down here to our electronic flight bag. We're going to go to My Flight. We're going to import from SimBrief. You can see East Midlands over to Dublin. Beautiful. Looks good to me. Let's go over to our weight and balance, and we're going to import custom cargo from SimBrief. We're going to update that from SimBrief. We're going to load the aircraft pretty heavy today, 116.55 with a tow weight of 126.7. So looking pretty good today. Let's take those numbers. Let's come down here. We're going to go to our menu tab. We're going to go to ACARS. We're going to go to SimBrief. We're going to go, there we go, EGNX to EIDW with our alternative EGCC. So that looks good. Beautiful. After what they said, after what they did last year, to believe anything they say now. Listen, Melinda, just go play X-Plane. It's okay. Just go play X-Plane. Everything, you know what, man? Everything is good in X-Plane. How's the 777 coming along for X-Plane? Flight Factor 777. Still waiting? Okay. Still waiting. Got you. Okay. Got you. Just checking. Just checking. X-Plane's available, though, if you'd like to go play it. It's ready to go. Great simulator option. Great developers over there. Tollus, Flight Factor, FlyJSim. Some amazing people over there. Zero fuel weight today is going to be 116.6. 116.6. We'll go ahead and bug that up there to our zero fuel weight. Beautiful. Looking good. Let's go over and throw our fuel weight. What's our fuel weight here today? 10.6, we'll call it. It's 10.64, but we'll go 10.6 on the block fuel. Good. And our zero fuel weight CG is going to be 29.83. So we're going to go 29.8. Beautiful. And we'll bug that up into there. Wonderful. Looking good. Cruise level 240 today, obviously because it's not a long flight, so we'll bug that up there like that. Looking good. I live in Nottingham. Today I visited the air park opposite to runway 9. The Vulcan and other World War II aircraft are found there. Very quiet until 2 p.m. Saw a 747 being towed. Ooh, interesting. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. When is the A321X out, Cap? Will the fly-by-wire A321X or the iniBuilds A320? I've heard that the iniBuilds A320 Neo is coming out with Sim Update 15. They're going to have everything done there. So, yeah. Hey now, don't be wishing Melinda onto X-Plane. We don't need the extra. Melinda is already an X-Plane fan, AJ. I don't need to do anything special with that one. Melinda is X-Plane's #1 fan. Best add-ons ever. Best development groups in Tollus, Flight Factor. It's awesome. Awesome. It's funny, X-Plane users have no problem waiting 3 years for Flight Factor to put out a product, but God forbid a Microsoft Flight Simulator developer take 2 or 3 years to put out a proper product. No. How dare they? How dare they? But over on X-Plane, no problem. No problem. Take 6 years if you need it on X-Plane. It's okay. We'll wait. No problemo. Let's go ahead and hit our flight plan page. So it looks like we don't have any ETC out of here. I thought we did, but we don't have any ETC out of here. So it's going to be on us. So we're going to have to go and look at our weather for EGNX. We'll take a look at the weather. We can see 040 at 7. Judging by the airport, we're going to want to depart on runway 9, which makes the most sense, right? So we are all the way down here at the east and west aprons for cargo. So we'll plan runway 9 for departure. It looks like we're going to be on the Trent 3 Papa departure. So we'll go EGNX, standard instrument departures, runway 9 on the Trent 3 Papa, and we'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. Chat, I chuddied my charts. I studied my charts today, chat. I know that the TNT is the Trent VOR. Beautiful. Let's see what the weather's doing down in Dublin, shall we? EIDW, we'll go over to Dublin. Weather in Dublin is showing winds 310 at 3 knots. Few at 800, few at 2,000. Excuse me. How dare you? So everything's looking good there. Happy with all of that. We can go ahead and expect probably runway 26 left, I would assume, into Dublin today. Where the hell, chat, great question. Where the hell is the cargo in Dublin? 28 left. Where is the cargo? Do they go up here, the west apron? I don't think I've ever flown cargo into... I know it's not down here. Actually, it might be down here. Does anybody know where the cargo is in Dublin? It's not very cargo-esque, but it's got to be up here, right, chat? It's got to be up here, like in the west, beside the GA apron. The cargo is the west apron. Okay, so it's anywhere around here. All right, so that's what we'll expect. So we'll expect 28 left for the arrival, which is good because then we can probably take 28 right for the departure back. So we'll use the new runway for the departure, old runway for the arrival. Good, cool. Let's go to Star. We're going to be on, like I said, we'll just plan for the ILS 28 left. We're going to be on the bags 1 kilo arrival. Bags 1 kilo, good. And if we look at the charts and the arrival, the bags, I think we take it out to Kirav. I don't know why it's showing me 2, but yeah, we're taking it out to Kirav. So does Kirav give me an option here? There's no option for Kirav, so we're just going to leave it as it is. So we'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and go to our NitRef tab. Let's start plugging in some numbers. So we've got a cost index of 5. Our cruise level is 240. We've got all that in there. There's our call sign. Everything looks good there. I'm happy with all of that. So we can go to our performance, takeoff and approach phase. We'll go and grab those numbers. We'll go to our performance data. We are departing on runway 9. We'll sync up the load sheets. Everything else looks good here. Weight, balance, flaps, conditioning, all that. We'll calculate our V-speeds. While all of this is going on, we'll go ahead and spool up our APU. Man, my throat has just been killing me lately. It's so dry in here. I need to, where's my little thing? I bought that humidifier. I need to set that up, man. I feel bad for you guys. I keep constantly clearing my throat. It's so dry in my condo right now that my voice box is struggling the last like week or two. No, the cargo is on the right side. I just checked Google Maps and the website. What do you mean the cargo? Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get down. Good morning, everyone from Edmonton. Love a flight with a quiet Sunday. Hit that like button. Kev, thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. Just got over the flu. I felt like junk for days. Ah, man. Yeah, I need the humidifier going, dude. It's so dry in here right now. So you know my radios automatically switch frequencies. I turned all the assistant options off, but because it still happens, really annoying, especially on VATSIM. Trevor, make sure, because that only happens when you do have some assistance options turned on. So make sure that you do actually have all the assistance options turned off. Pardon me. Did you get snow up there in Colorado? We got some in Toronto. Dude, it's been insane. It's been snowing for over 24 hours straight. I think I've got about a foot on my car. Probably about that much snow on my car right now. I just took Daisy out for a walk this morning. I wanted to go to the grocery store after stream, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, all that looks good. We've got 63 flex. We've got 155, 163, 163. So 155, 163, and then 163 as well. If we go back to the overhead, our APU is on and available. So we'll flip over our APU gen. We'll make sure that our APU bleed system is on. We'll go ahead and disconnect the external power. Get our pitch trim, yaw dampers, and ATSs all to the on position. You can hear the pack system turn itself on. Beautiful. We'll get our red beacon light on. We'll come down here. We'll go to our ground equipment. We'll make sure that the left main door is closed. We'll go to GSX. We're going to prepare for pushback and departure. Beautiful. Nope, don't need to worry about any icing conditions. All right, everything else looks good down here with me. I'm happy with those. That is good. That's all set. And then we just need on our FCU 163 as well. So we'll go 163. Again, no ETC on the departure, so we're just going to be lazy. We're going to bug up 24,000 feet. There we go. And we'll also put our constraints on, just in case we have any constraints, and we'll go decision height -5. Good. We'll put runway heading, again, just in case. We'll be good pilots here. 060 on the runway heading. Beautiful. Cool. There we go. Ready to go, chat. Someone grab Cap a drink. I got some water. No problem. Water. Joining the flight in a Challenger might take 3-4 right into Dublin. I don't think they land on the 3-4s, Nick, to be honest with you.
Check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I could totally see that, Jack. Yeah. So before I had it on my desk and it was like blowing directly. It's like one of those humidifiers that has like a little nozzle and it like blows directly where you want it to be. That's the only saving grace that may be there, but yes, thank you, Cam Jack. I'll definitely keep that in mind for sure. Yeah. Greetings from very windy Newfoundland, Canada. Didn't you guys get a lot of snow, Lost Trucker, as well yesterday or the day before? With you today, Shamrock 507. You're on the apron. Very cool. We want to be nose facing west. What are we facing right now? Yeah, we want to be facing west.
Brakes.
Make sure there's nobody around me. There's not. He's pushing back, but it shouldn't be a problem. And we'll go ahead and release the park brake. We'll bump our squawk over to 1,000. Good. We'll turn that on and reporting. Good. Go to the overhead engine ignition B today. We used A yesterday, so we'll go B. Let's make sure all of our fuel pumps are on. Good. And we'll go ahead and make sure seatbelt signs are on. Beautiful. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and spool up engine number 2. We need that snow over here in Edmonton. Yeah, Cody, I was talking to Dan. Dan lives in Edmonton. He was saying there's still like barely any snow on the ground, which is crazy. Up until last night, we had no snow. So, pretty crazy. Cap, do you support to Send the Love Melinda movement? I started a campaign in my local neighborhood, but no one came. Listen, I don't know what it is with Melinda. Melinda likes to wake up and choose violence when she comes into my streams. We used to... Oh, sorry. I think we're still going to be okay for the pushback. Oh yeah, we're perfectly fine. There's a conspiracy in chat that everybody thinks Melinda and Will are together. Although Will has been on his best behavior lately. I think Will finally, his YouTube channel has received a little bit of success. So he understands what it's like to be a content creator and deal with, you know, special people all day long. So yeah. Will is actually very, very nice boy now. Very nice. Is DX12 not buggy for you? It can be, just depends on which aspect. There are certain things that can make it a little bit buggy. For the most part, no, we're good. We're pretty good. Yo, Cap Chart Fox has a big update in international charts. There you go. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Snowstorm heading your way Tuesday, Wednesday, FYI. Yeah, I know, we just got one today and we're getting another one in the middle of the week. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Give a clap for Will, guys. Hey, man, it just shows that everybody can change. Slow clap for Will, please. Slow clap for Will. Kevin, it's possible to have some stutters even on frame gen mod. I had a few in EHAM with a lot of VATSIM traffic. Yeah, EHAM was destroying me yesterday, Diego. Very possible. Yeah, you still have to remember, the sim is still heavily CPU based, right? So hopefully when 2024 comes out, we'll be fixing that. Alerts are muted for some reason. I apologize. We've got Landon with the $10 donation. Says, I know you do not play X-Plane anymore, but I'm having a problem with the 7.6 where when I try and change my frequencies, it only goes up by 25. Example, 121.8985, but when I move it, it goes up to 121.0. There might be a setting, Landon, in the, the little EFB thing, or the little thing that comes with it. I think there's a setting in there somewhere to go to 8.33, I think it's called, or something, radio frequencies. Anyways, do some digging in the... I know it's a setting in the actual aircraft, so that may help.
I know you do not play X-Plane anymore, but I am having a problem with the 767, where when I try and change my frequencies, it only goes up by 25, example 121.985, but when I move it one up, it goes to 121.00.
Yes, that should hopefully fix it. A little bit of a hot start on that one. I was reading that one, sorry. Thank you again, Landon, for the support. I appreciate you. Yeah, check the little iPad that comes with it, and that should have information in there to change it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Cap, we had 186 people watching my landing in the Saturday night VATSIM event into New York last night. We're in a crazy snowstorm with 50-knot crosswinds on short final. Wow. Now, Will, what would you say if I told you that I was also watching that landing? You did a pretty good job. I got to admit. Yep. I opened up the YouTube, and in my recommendations, there was Mr. Captain Will's stream. I clicked on it, and you were on short final. I think you were flying Southwest 737-700 into, and I think you had Citation Max as well as one of your controllers. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking about XPs. But yeah. Good on you, man. Excuse me. Watching an A300 come in here, chat. Everybody, shh. Winds are calm. This should be a buttery smooth landing. Looks like he's a little bit low. Looks like he just took out a bunch of trees. Oh, okay. He definitely just crashed in the field. What the fuck just happened? Did he actually just crash? Did you see Max's vid into Vancouver? I did, yes. Typical Vancouver weather, too. Rainy and cold. There's just an A300 sitting over here now. That man definitely... Dude, it looked like he was just bleeding off speed like crazy. Like the runway starts here, chat. He's still all the way over here in the trees. Ah, there we go. He logged off. It's okay. Somebody's learning how to fly the A300, chat. It's okay. It's okay. It happens to the best of us, okay? Let's go continuous relight. APU bleed system comes off. Good. Probe heats can go on. Wonderful. We'll flip over our Gen 2 today, Bat 1. That's all good. Everything looks good over there. APU comes off. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and set slats and flaps 15 degrees. Auto brake over to max RTO. Ground spoilers armed. We're doing a flex takeoff today. So we're going to flex 63. There we go, flex 63, and we'll just confirm those numbers over here. Flex 63, 55, 63, 63. We need a down trim of 0.2. So down, we'll call that down about 0.2 right there. Beautiful. Waiting for a couple aircraft in front of us, but other than that, we're good to go here, chat. Slats and flaps are all out. We're looking good. Cool. Just waiting for the aircraft in front of us to start moving forward, and then we will start moving forward as well. Using VATSIM? I am, yes. Is there not a with you emote? There is, man. Yeah. It's the first one. Right there. With you. Minnow's like -5 to all... -5 to 0 of all of December and January 2nd. We got a dump of snow, -30. It's insane. Most foot of snow. Damn, where are you, Vexy? That's cold. Clear of conflict. Just hope it doesn't happen to the real pilots. Correct. Yeah. That's not the trees, that's the motorway. Oh, sorry. Maybe he was ditching for that. All right, there we go. We got the conga line of A300s out of here. I love it. Looking good. Put a clip of that A300 in your other media channel. Nice. I don't think that knob just turned Bat 1 actually selecting anything. I believe it's just a monitor for the electrical system, but it could be wrong. Andy, my understanding was that it takes the load, and that's why they switch it every flight. They'll use Bat 1, Bat 2, Bat 3. You may be entirely correct, but from my understanding, speaking to the A300 captain or pilot, whatever he is, they do that because it puts the load onto 1, 2, or 3 batteries. But you may be 100% correct. Maybe I misunderstood what he's saying, and all it does is monitor each battery frequency. You could be correct. I don't know. My understanding from him was that it was just that's how they change the load of batteries. That's why there's 3 batteries, but I don't know. Cap, are you excited to get your mini FCU? I already have it. Am I excited to try it? Yeah, I think it'll be fun to try, for sure. Nav cycle profile, and we're going to pre-select 163 and bug up 240. There we go. I don't know why my TCAS is going absolutely crazy today. Sounds are much better in this update? Correct. Yes. Standby altitude not caged. Thank you. What's the plans after flying the A300? Next week we're back in the A32NX. The updated A32NX cockpit is what we're going to be in next week. So that should be fun. Looking forward to that. Hey Cap, currently doing a long haul in the beautiful A300 from Lagos to EBBR, which is a real flight with the A300. Nice, very cool. Frame generation is one of the best things to come to this generation. I would agree with you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Wholeheartedly agree. Oh my goodness, my TCAS is going crazy. I'm excited to get the updated cockpit, to change this to the whole glass cockpit. I think that's going to be absolutely awesome. 1031 on the altimeter, I believe it was out of here. Right, chat? Weather 1031. Yes, correct. Good. We'll do our takeoff config test. No alarm. Takeoff test is normal. Good. And like always, I have to remember to turn off COM 2, otherwise that's all we hear. Good. So tomorrow's stream will be the A300? Yes, tomorrow will be the last stream in the A300 for a little bit. Yeah. We're going to put this bad boy away for about a month, and then we'll probably come back and do some stuff. No, I'm going to let him go. Is that an EasyJet in front of me? Who is that? Let's say, I don't know what that is, but they can go in front of me. Anybody know what that is? Who are you? Oh, Shamrock. Okay, Shamrock, you're watching the stream? Yeah, you go before me. We'll kind of sync this all up. Don't worry. No, you're good. You go before me. You go before me. We'll alternate. Bring the A300 back out when the new glass cockpit comes out. I think we'll probably be waiting just a little bit for that, but I think we'll fly it before then, Cody, but fingers crossed, like I said. A321X next week, and then hopefully we get some news from Phoenix and we either get the A319 and 21. If not, we'll probably do some other ones. So flash the lights at them. Here we go. I can go before you. You're in the EasyJet? Okay. We're going to let this guy go, and then I'll go, and then EasyJet can go. Hey Cap, do you use an outboard audio processing or internal OBS? I have an audio mixer, and because I'm running an XLR microphone, I have an audio interface. So I use the Focusrite Solo version 3, I believe it is called. And then you can put ! mixer in chat for the audio mixer that I use. We won't see the track, unfortunately, but it's a great circuit. We might see it on the return flight. I see all the military planes over here as well. This is Pyrig, East Midlands, and if you know Pyrig, you know that he creates unbelievable content for Microsoft. So, Yuri, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. I'm always amazed at how it looks when the shadow of my plane comes in front of me on taxi. It's beautiful. Yeah. We don't know, Jackson. Hopefully soon, man. We are all very patiently waiting. Cap, in your opinion, with FrameGen now, is it even worth buying a 4090? No. Absolutely not. Not now. Nope. Not now, man. What sort of vape is that? A medicine vape. Just a 510 thread. Will the updated cockpit be on the stable version of the A321X? No. No. We do have to make sure that there's no traffic coming in as well. Mr. Daniel Barry, good to see you, dude. What was for lunch today? I actually ate my lunch already. I ate it right before going live, and it was a Parmesan crusted chicken breast with pesto broccoli, something like that. I don't know, dude. It was pretty damn good. I'm absolutely in love with this Factor meal plan that I'm on. It's wonderful, man. You had zero issues with FrameGen. It alt-tabbed out and got all white screens. Knock on wood. The only issue that I had yesterday, Hammy, was flying into Amsterdam. It was a little bit much. I was using a little bit too much VRAM at Amsterdam yesterday with the plethora of aircraft that were there on the ground. It was insane yesterday on VATSIM. So, yeah, other than that, I haven't really had any issues. Yeah. Hey, Cap, did they fix the auto-tiller disconnect with the update? They did, yes. Great news, right? They did. All right, I don't see anybody on final. We should be good to go here. East Midlands traffic. Postman 2882 lining up runway 9, East Mids. How do you get the FrameGen mod? !frames in chat, and then follow the Nightbot command. Some of my plane has a purple cockpit and I can't see through it. Do you know how to fix that? Sounds like a corrupt install, Medros. I would delete it and try and install it again. Something's not right. Do you know Just Bike's YouTube channel? He's from Canada too. No. Canada is a fairly big country. No. I have never heard of that channel. Sorry, mate. Look up, when do you think the Microsoft 2024 will come out? I would say probably end of summer. August, September is my guess. August and September. I think that we're going to get a nice preview of it at Flight Sim Expo this year in Vegas. I'm thinking we're going to get a nice little walkthrough, a nice demonstration, probably even have some PCs that are playing it. That'll probably be the case on, yeah. You mean all Canadians don't know each other? I know. Pretty crazy, right? All right, there's the Trent departure, so it's going to be an immediate left turn, which you can see here is replicated on our PFD. We're going out. Out and about. Out and about, eh? Nice and Canadian. All right, everything's good upstairs. We're good. Our takeoff config is done. We're just going to give the guy in front of us. He hasn't quite made his left turn yet, so we're just going to give him a little bit more room. Would FrameGen help with my CPU bottlenecking my GPU? I have an i7 6700K with a 6700 XT. I don't know if even the FrameGen works for that, Vexy. I'm pretty sure the FrameGen is for NVIDIA cards. 2000 series and up. Do you have insurance on igloos in Canada, or are those free? Free. You just build another one. Right, Andy? I mean, close enough. Chat, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Can we get 200 likes before we get this airplane off the ground? A little bit of a challenge. I will give you the next 15 seconds to get to 200 likes. There's almost 500 people watching. We should be able to get to 200 likes, no problem. If you haven't done so, smash down that thumbs up. Let's get 200 likes before we get this airplane in the sky. Do me a huge solid, my amigos. So FrameGen should work on my 2060, correct. You just have to be careful that you're not exceeding your VRAM limit. That's the big thing. You got to be careful on the VRAM. Cap, your host in the cabin today is called Roger. Roger? Roger. We get our Vector. When we build our igloos, we need to have flood insurance for spring, eh? Wow, you guys absolutely smashed that. All right, well, you know what that means. East Midlands traffic, postman 2882 departing runway 9, East Midlands. Sounds are up. You guys ready to get deaf? Let's do it. Throttles to 40. Let's go. We're going deaf together, chat. Chrono is on. And Toga. Slight nose down pressure on the yoke. Here she comes. Oh my goodness. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. 100 knots, we're neutral. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gears going up. Man, look at the big DHL facility down there. That's cool. Is that a working nuclear reactor over there, chat? The cooling stacks? Flight directors, climb power's in. Nose gently down. We'll go flap retraction. Flaps are up. Start our left turn out. Down just a little bit. Do you recommend getting a yoke or a joystick? If you're only going to get one, get a joystick. It's easier to fly everything with a joystick than it is flying Airbus with a yoke. Except this Airbus. This Airbus likes the yoke. Alright, 220 on the speed, slots are coming up. Get a little bit of back trim in there now. A beautiful departure out of here, man. God, I love flying this airplane. It's so good. It's so good. climbing at 3,500 feet per minute right now, chat. Beast mode activated. Speed's good. We're 250 now. We'll pitch from that. Hold that. 7,000 feet. We'll hand it over to autopilot once we roll out of this turn. We'll get this bad boy straightened out. 9,000 feet on that climb. Autopilot's on, back up into the flight deck. Sounds can come back just a little bit. Beautiful. Let's work on the overhead. Let's get our nose lights off, wing lights off, runway turn-offs off. We're about to hit 10,000 anyway, so the rest of the lights can come off. Landing lights, that's all good. Engine ignition switches off, and our seatbelt signs are off as well. Give you guys a beautiful wing view here, making the right turns. Beauty. I just bought the X-Plane 11 for the A350 before the iniBuilds comes out, and the freeware A220. Interesting. I should have done a little bit of research. We could have told you that the X-Plane 11 A350 is not very good. It's acceptable, but it's not very good. It's definitely not worth its price tag, if I'm being honest with you. Lock our gear. Disarm the ground spoilers. Beautiful. Looking good. Your frame gen stutters all around. Try turning down some settings, Ada. Probably means that you're going through your VRAM. Yeah. Why is there a solid green line? Where's that? Where do we see a solid green line? Oh, you mean like here? Looks like it's an ortho tile. That could be part of DX12. DX12 can do some weird stuff with the ground textures. Most likely just a DX12 bug, if I'm being honest. Is there a way to limit VRAM? I have a 4068 gig and it crashes every time on DX12. The only way to do that is to turn down some settings. Matches. Try running everything on medium. Try running the sim on like the medium preset and see what that happens. AMD is a pre-release driver with frame gen built in, meaning I won't need the mod, thankfully. There you go. Do I have an iPad or anything as an EFB? Well, all the EFBs that you're going to want to use are in the sim, right? They're all in the simulator. I do have an iPad. Yes, it's right here. I don't use it all that much, to be honest with you. Not anymore. I used to have it right here set up, and I used to do all my charts through it. But chat requested, oh, I don't know, about a year ago, they requested that I start using the actual app so I could show you guys exactly what I'm looking at and how I'm picking departures and arrivals and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Flying the 350 X-Plane right now, and it's doing everything I need it to do, flying well, but there are little things that let the aircraft down. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. I think it's like, it's here's the thing, right? Tolus came in and basically saved that airplane. If you owned the airplane before Tolus came in, and you'll know that it was just atrocious. You couldn't import a flight plan, you couldn't do SIDS, you couldn't do stars, you couldn't do everything. So, yeah. Joe, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. If you have kind of stutters when viewing around with FrameGen, press Alt-Enter 2 times, and then the stutters disappear. There you go. The shenanigans I experienced with the MNG A330 coming from Luton after midnight and a 2 a.m. takeoff, which means I can't make it. No worries, mate. No worries. I have an RTX 3070 and FrameGen still stutters with all medium settings. Very weird. Where can you get my X camera config for the 350? It's going to be in my Discord, views and info. You're going to have to do some hardcore scrolling, but it will be in my Discord, views and info section. It's been a while since I uploaded that, but lack of a fix info is also a deal breaker for the 350. The whole thing is a deal breaker. Like I said, Veer, it's acceptable for like a week or two if you're really dying to fly a 350. It does fly nice, but I mean, what airplane in X-Plane doesn't fly nice, right? Like, almost every third-party airplane flies nice in X-Plane. That's like, it's like big forte, right? But yeah, it is far from a good add-on, in my opinion. That's just me, though. You know, imagine releasing an aircraft that couldn't do SIDS and stars. Not only that, imagine releasing an A350, one of the most advanced airlines that is flying in the sky today, and your rendition of it can't do SIDS and stars. And it's a Flight Factor product. Let me just put that, the little cherry on top. Flight Factor, the same people that are going to try and charge you $150 for their new 777 coming out, can't even figure out SIDS and stars for their... Now, I understand it's a different development group. Flight Factor is just the publisher. There's a bunch of development groups that work under the Flight Factor umbrella. But yes. Yeah. It's pretty crazy, man. The Peter Hager A380. Oh boy. Best aircraft available. Do you fly IRL? I don't. No. Sorry, man. A330s are Luton are extremely rare, which means I would have to wait a long time until another A330 comes. There you go. Just control F and search in Discord. No hardcore scrolling. There you go. Diamond Mike, what's up, man? Welcome back. Hope we're doing well.
Manchester traffic, easy exit to runway 0.
Manchester traffic. Started to fly X-111 because that's the only sim that has a 350 right now, and as a person who used it as my long-haul aircraft, I can say it is miles away from this A300 or the Phoenix A320. Yeah. PBR mod and a sound pack make it decent to travel from point A to point B. That's about it. Yeah, it's not worth the $50 or $60 that they're charging. Yeah. Captain, have you read the latest post from Randazzo? Seems that we're not too far from getting our hands on that bird. When did he make a post? Today or yesterday? I know he likes to do weekend posts. I saw the post from what's his name? Mathis. I saw his post that the beta is going exceedingly well. I did see that, but I don't like the Jar Design A330. I bought it and I think it would be cool, but it flies. I think it's worse than the 350. At least the Jar Design can do SIDS and stars, man. I don't know how you release a $50, a $60 airplane and it doesn't have SIDS and stars. Again, that's kind of the X-Plane community is something special. Like I always said, man, they're ready to jump down every Microsoft Flight Simulator developer's throat for taking an extra 6 months or taking a year to develop a product. But oh man, don't ever mention any of their products over there. They'll get real upset real quick at you. How dare you? But yeah, it's kind of sad. It's a real sad state of affairs, to be honest with you. Okay, let's bug up our... we're going to go 55 on the cost index. That should give us a decent cruise speed. Yeah, there we go. Now it's going to come up. Good. Still waiting for Fly-by-Wire to release the 380. I don't know what's going on with that, man. We all have our speculations. I think a lot of us here at the channel think that the A380 is just going to release with 2024, but yeah. When was the Flight Factor 787 announced? I think a couple years ago, Diego, they announced that they were with the 777 development, they had started work on a 787 Professional, is what they called it. So, Tolos and Hotstart are about the only XP devs worth their salt. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Robert. Now, to be fair, Flight Factor 7.5 and 767 are great aircraft. Fly JSim, the Q400, the 727, the 733 Classic, all fantastic airplanes. There are great developers for X-Plane. Please don't take what I'm saying and think that there are great developers for X-Plane. There's also some weird practices going on. Like I said, it's Flight Factor is a publisher, and there's a bunch of developers that use the Flight Factor name. Unfortunately, the 350 developer is also under the Flight Factor name, so it kind of drags Flight Factor down. Yeah, I do agree with you. My only concern with Hotstart is the way that they price their products. I think that they've priced so many people out of buying their products, and in return, like I said, man, they're charging, what is it, $130 for a business jet? I think that is setting the tone and the precedence for what you're going to see moving forward. I think that's why you see Tolis releasing an aircraft for $90, an A320neo, not even an A320 where you have IAEs, CFMs, neo options. It's a literal A320neo for $90. The prices in X-Plane are absurd, man. People, I fully understand, and I'm fully aware, and I fully agree that developers deserve to be paid for their time, especially developers like Tolis and Todorico, the guy that does all the hot start work. But you can't be pricing your products like that, man. $130 for a business jet. I mean, I get it. It's a nice airplane. Everything's there, but like, come on. That's on the borderline of being way too greedy, man. $130, as I've already mentioned numerous times. If that airplane was half the price, I would own it, and I would have flown it, and I probably would have enjoyed it, and I probably would have promoted it, and there probably would be a bunch more people flying it. But at $130, there ain't no way you're convincing me to buy a business jet for that price, man. Sorry. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how many systems are modeled. I don't care how many failures I can do. That's absurd for a business jet to charge that kind of money. That's almost robbery at that point. So that's my only concern with Hot Start. I know the developer of Hot Start, Todorico, the actual guy that does like all the systems and stuff, and he's a great guy. I have a funny feeling that his partnership with, I forget, X Aviation, I think that aircraft is partnered with. X Aviation is the real quote unquote bad guy in this situation. Todorico is a great human being. I've been friends with him for probably 10 plus years. He's the one that actually kind of got me into X-Plane and got me sorted with like all the add-ons and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think Todorico, that doesn't sound like a Todorico price, and that doesn't sound, Todorico that's the guy that's done like all like the LibRain stuff. He's done the landing rate monitor. He did so many things for the flight sim community, all for free. So it strikes me very, it strikes me as he wasn't the one that decided the price point at that. And I think that's where I kind of just wish he built the airplane by himself and he kind of left X Aviation out of it. X Aviation is always and has always been one of those like borderline scummy kind of don't like your practices, don't like what you're doing, kind of like the xplane.org store, how I don't like their practices either. The xplane.org store, so where you buy all of your X-Plane add-ons, is owned by the same people that run the X-Plane forums that monitor everything that gets put on the X-Plane forums. And when there's a post about an airplane that you don't like or you feel like you've been ripped off, your post gets immediately removed and you just get removed. So there's no way to tell for a new consumer looking at the forums. If you were smart, you'd want to search for an airplane, right? You go and you check the forums, you check whatever. It's just weird. Scummy practices. Again, things that you would not see unless you were in flight sim. There's a lot of things that happen in the flight simulator world that if you were to put this into a real world scenario, it would never happen and it would never fly, because it's just a massive conflict of interest and everything else in between. Flight sim is, you got to be careful, man. There's some weird practices that go on here in flight sim. And I've noticed that a lot of people like to take advantage and like to make like little monopolies of what they're doing. And yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Another reason why I don't think that X-Plane, the longevity and the bigger scope, the big picture for X-Plane, I just don't see it working. It's just, I don't know, man. It feels like an old man's club, like an old boys club. Do you know what I mean? Like X-Plane and like how you buy add-ons and stuff like that just feels like an old boys club. Like you have to be some level of something in order. I don't know. Yeah, that's just me. That's just my opinion on it. But yeah. Used to fly the Flight Factor A320 regular and liked it. However, updates were a bit sparse and never seemed to get finished. I don't like that aircraft at all, Flight Sim. Again, that's just a personal opinion. We actually have a name for it here on the channel. We call it the Brick Factor A320 because that airplane literally flies like a brick. It's got to be probably the worst feeling aircraft I think I'd ever bought in any simulator. the V speeds, there's just something going on. It's just, yeah, the brick factor 320. That's what it's known around here. Yeah. Finally managed to take off out of East Midlands. Had some hardware problems, so I couldn't get away with you. No worries, George. At least you made it. I mean, you say all this cap before Microsoft used to play X-Men 11 all the time. Of course. Yeah, what other option did I have, Matt? I didn't really have another option, man. I could have gone the P3D route, but to me, P3D was just glorified FSX, and I have FSX right here. So that's like the real reason why I was supporting. And to be fair, X-Plane wasn't the way that it is now. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. We also didn't have an alternative. Like it was either P3D or X-Plane, and in my opinion, it wasn't worth buying P3D over and over and over again. You know, I've been very adamant, and I've been very clear throughout my flight sim life and my flight sim career that I do not think it's okay what Lockheed Martin does with that simulator and the way that it treats their clients, making them repurchase the same simulator. If you've been in P3D since day one, you've rebought that simulator 5 times now. The same sim 5 times. I mean, come on, man. In what world would you do something like that? You know what I mean? That's like PlayStation coming out. At least in PlayStation, every, 5 to 10 years, you get like a new console, a new system, new hardware. You ain't getting nothing, man. With P3D, you're getting bug fixes. Bug fixes. Please pay me another $100 for your bug fixes. Anyways, listen, to each their own. Like I said, man, to each their own. I know that there's people that still enjoy P3D, and I will say this, as far as third-party stuff goes, P3D is still the king. It's still the king with the quality wings, the FS Labs, the PMDG. There's so many amazing add-ons, pardon me, for P3D, that it is still, to this day, the leader. So, yeah. As a U.S. taxpayer, I don't know why we should have to pay for it. Just saying. Hey, man. Yep. Same model that Train Sim World does. New sim every year that doesn't actually change anything, just the routes that should be add-ons. Yep. When I was new to Flight Sim, I thought P3D was a mobile game. No. I mean, you can make P3D look amazing, man, but, I mean, you're spending thousands of dollars. I remember when I was, like, actually, before Microsoft Flight Simulator came out, I was seriously considering moving from X-Plane to P3D because I really wanted to fly the 777 and the 747 and the Quality Wing 787. I really was that close, and I've told this story on stream before. I was that close to moving over to P3D from X-Plane. And at the 2019 Expo is when Microsoft announced Microsoft 2020. Yeah, it was pretty much, my decision was made for me right then and there. I knew exactly where I was going and what I was doing. And I don't think we've really looked back, to be honest with you. I mean, there was a while, I think, when this simulator first came out where we were using X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. But then, in my opinion, Microsoft just excelled like crazy, man. Once we got the Phoenix and the PMDG and those types of airplanes, it was pretty much, the writing was on the wall. At least for me, the writing was on the wall of what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go with my channel. I think what arrival are we on? We are on the Bags 1 Kilo. So we're on this one. Bags 1 Kilo. Bagso 1 Kilo. We're going to Kirav, 6,000 feet. So let's bug that up. 6,000 feet. We're going to go profile descent. I think we're actually going to hit our profile. There's P descent in blue. Profile descent captured. And there goes our descent now. Beautiful. Already starting our descent, chat, after 21 minutes. I think our taxi was. Watched the XP72 X-Plane 12 live stream about 2 days ago. Felt like I was watching a stream from 10 years ago. The sim looks awful. Listen, man, I'm not going to disagree with you. I don't want to start a war in here. It seems that happens every time someone voices an opinion. I'm going to agree with you. I think that X-Plane's major drawback and downfall is just how old and archaic the sim looks. They say that they're working on it. They say that they're trying to bring it to 2024 standards. I don't know if it'll ever happen with the X-Plane team, especially with just how small they are, and more importantly with the person who's leading the X-Plane development group in Austin. Real world pilots look for something completely different in their simulators, and I just think that X-Plane needs to cater to the real world pilots out there that actually think that the flight model on your computer cares and matters. That's where I think X-Plane needs to kind of just shift its focus. I think X-Plane needs to stop trying to fix art assets and sky colors and clouds, and they just need to do what they're good at, man, and they need to focus on their demographics. I think Microsoft Flight Simulator is probably for the everyday average user, where X-Plane should really kind of just shift focus and gear itself towards the professional pilots at home. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think that's the only way that X-Plane is going to survive in this market. Now, one could argue, well, Cap, if X-Plane goes up against Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's always going to be a small percentage of people that are going to want to use the underdog and go towards the underdog. And, yep, you got that right as well. So, I don't know. I still, to this day, and we're over a year now since X-Plane 12 came out, and I still feel that X-Plane 12 was rushed, and it probably shouldn't even be out now in today's standards. I still feel like some more updates should have been done to X-Plane 11. They should have extended the life of X-Plane 11, because that was a great simulator. All the add-ons were working, all the airports were working. The problem now is X-Plane 12 releases a year and a half after Microsoft comes out. So many developers have left X-Plane, are now developing for Microsoft Flight Simulator, aircraft devs, scenery developers, module developers, whatever you name it. It was just wrong time for them to release X-Plane 12. They should have done things a little bit better, and it should have been more of a longer release, in my opinion. I think it came out way too soon, and you can tell, and I think that it's affected it in a negative way. And I think especially with the community, because you have people that like refuse to think that Microsoft is a simulator, and it just becomes a mess, you know? Why not merge and have it all? I don't think that'll ever happen, to be honest with you. No, I don't think so. I think there's a year where Microsoft is completely taking over the flight sim community with all the releases that are going to come out. Absolutely, Vince. Absolutely. I think I've always said this, if you're an X-Plane developer, like if you're Flight Factor, I am doing everything that I can to get their 777 out before PMDG releases their 777. I think the only way you're going to make even a slight amount of your money back is if you can get that 777 out in X-Plane and people are convinced to go buy it over in X-Plane before the PMDG version comes out on Microsoft. I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see the long-term success of X-Plane and its developers. I don't know, though. I've spoken to Tolis since like the release, and Tolis assures me that they're doing better than ever. Now, I don't know, man. They could be full of shit. They could just be saying that. They could just be, who knows. But the last conversation that I had with Tolis, I just expressed my concern. As a developer that I actually enjoy working with and enjoy their products. I just told them that I think if I was them, I would start trying to do anything that I could do to get your products over to Microsoft, because I just don't see long-term X-Plane being the case for third-party development. I'm not saying X-Plane's going anywhere. I'm just saying for third-party development, right? But hey, man, if the X-Plane devs are doing well and everybody's still eating and it's still beneficial for them to do it and they're still making money off of it, then hey, all the power to them, right? The only good dev in X-Plane is Tolis, by far. No, I think there are good. There's FlyJSim. I love the FlyJSim products. The FlyJSim 727. Yeah, with a 13% user market, I don't know about that one. I agree with you, Johan. I mean, I look at the numbers and I go, there's no way. There's no way. Like, I would be curious to see how many A320 Neos they sold. I would probably think that it was in the realm of probably less than 1,000 units. Now, that's just me. I don't know, but I don't know how many people are still using X-Plane. And again, the big thing to me is, I don't know why somebody would spend $90 on an A320 Neo when you could just go download the fly-by-wire A320 Neo for free, right? Like that's where I was kind of puzzled by the whole price point and how much that airplane was costing, and I wasn't sure like what was happening. Like, it just didn't make sense. What about Zibo? Zibo is still fantastic, but Zibo is not a payware wheel, so I don't think it gets really classified in there. Zibo is absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the best freeware products that you can get, right up there with the fly-by-wire and other great freeware add-ons. The Zibo aircraft is fantastic, but one airplane is not enough to save an entire sim franchise, in my opinion. You know, so. Navigraph survey says about 20% use X-Plane 12. I thought it was 13%. I was pretty sure it was 13% of the market use X-Plane 12. iniBuilds A320 Neo is going to be free as well, still probably 1,000% better. I mean, iniBuilds understands how to develop an aircraft. Tolis is like way more of like system driven, right? Tolis buys their external models and buys their sound packs, and iniBuilds does everything by themselves, so it's you know, yeah. What about the fly-by-wire 380? What's the point of iniBuilds making a paid version of it? Well, I don't know. That's something you'd have to ask them, Melinda. I have no clue. Obviously, iniBuilds sees a slice in the market and they see an option for it. Who knows, man? Maybe at this point, iniBuilds and fly-by-wire are working together with Microsoft on that 380. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows what's going on. And that's just the reality of it. You don't know. And that's why I always tell people, take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to these simulators, because everything at this point is just hearsay. Unless you're getting an official statement from iniBuilds, an official statement from fly-by-wire, an official statement from Microsoft, everything is hearsay. And you have no goddamn clue if it's right or wrong. ARC, exclamation point, MSFS. Hey Cameron, think about getting the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. I've spent over 8K flying hours without any sort of eye/head tracking, so I'm afraid I won't use it much. Your advice would be helpful. Anish, it is extremely helpful when you've got, you know, when you're flying approaches and stuff, when you're taxiing down on the ground. You'll see here in normal circumstances, I don't really use it. I can turn it on with a click of a button, and now it's on. I mean, look at the way that the sun is reflecting in here, and it's pretty crazy. It's so cool. Looks so badass. Yeah, I don't really, I use it more so like on approach, departures, taxiing. It's not something that I have up and running all the time, so I don't know if that helps with your, with it, but as long as you know what, like, you're going to be using it for, I think you should be perfectly fine with that. But just know that it's not, I don't really use it all the time either, so I think if you can pick it up on sale, it's probably worth it. But as far as like paying full price, you know me, I'm not really, you know. Dude, iniBuilds and Flywire beef, why would they work together now? See, again, Clappin, who knows, dude? We don't know any about that. Again, this is all just community speculation, man. We have an article that gets written about some rogue developer from Fly-by-Wire. Come on, man. For all we know, it could have just been a Fly-by-Wire Discord user that came out. That's the problem with a lot of these news outlets for flight sim. You have no clue, man. You have no clue what's real. You have no clue what's going on. It's all just pure speculation at this point, man. Microsoft never addressed the issue. iniBuilds never addressed the issue, which means that it was probably a non-issue to begin with. It was probably some stupid little article that some 14-year-old fucking modeler, painter for Fly-by-Wire got butthurt and upset because something happened. Who knows, dude? We don't know. We have no clue. This is why I find the flight sim community so ridiculous sometimes. It's just, it feels like it's artificial drama for no reason. It's just silly, man. We don't know. Everything is all hearsay. Just started using the frame gen mod. I'm getting 100 FPS in the PMDG. Nice, very cool. Is there something similar to Tobii Eye Tracker, but a cheaper one? Not really. You can get Track IR, which is a little bit cheaper, but it's still quite expensive as well. We are going to go vertical speed descent. We're going to shallow this out to about 500 feet per minute on the descent. Good. You can see here that we're up on our glide path now. Everything's looking good. Your frame gen is broken. Shouldn't be. I've had really no problems with it. I've been using it for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Fly-by-Wire said that a rogue member published details about the issue. They weren't happy about that. That's what I mean. And then it gets picked up by a news article because these flight sim news article websites, all they want is your clicks, right? That's all they want. They just want the clicks for your the clicks that you give them by clicking on their website and stuff. They don't really care if they're reporting actual flight sim news or not. I don't know, man. If flight sim community is weird, you didn't see farm sim how it is. I think all of these little niche communities can be a little bit weird at times. Artificial drama for nothing. And I mean, I remember, dude, when there was drama going around, there thought like that all the flight sim streamers were beefing against one another, and we're all sitting in like a channel together laughing at how everybody thinks that like I don't like XP72 or V1 doesn't like me or something like that, right? And we're all sitting in like a Discord just laughing at everybody. Like, where do people come up with this shit? How do people say these things, you know? Like, I'm in XP's stream all the time. V1 is here all the time as well. Like, it's, you know, it's just so silly, man. It's so silly. It's like they're always looking for drama for some reason, and I don't know why. It boggles my mind. Can't we just live a happy life and fly our fake airplanes around? You see the sim racing community? Nah, no thank you. No. What's normal transition altitude in Dublin since there's no ATC? Probably about 3,000 feet. That's what I'm going with. 3,000 feet. And the altimeter here is... should have had all this information up. The altimeter was, weather-wise, showing 1032. We've captured localizer. We're going to arm our land button now. Speed's down to 190, so we're looking good there. And we need to go final approach speed here today, which was we're going to add 137. Good. You've created quite a mess at Dublin. Why? What's that, Greg? What do you mean? With all the people coming in? It's okay, man. Just log off of VATSIM if it's causing issues. There's an updated version of the mod available since the 3rd of January. Go download that. What's that, Roy? Just re-download the 2 PMG 737s I bought. So excited to try the EFB. Nice. Very cool, man. All right, 180 on the speed. Talk about drama. V1 was going to spend 22 before teaching people on the VATSIM to not freak out about it. VATSIM bans him. I mean, again, I feel like that's all a misunderstanding, but yeah. There's somebody like right behind me or right in front of me. I don't know. No one's following a star, all proceeding direct to Lapmo. I mean, isn't that the star? I mean, we flew the star. We went from Bagso to Adses to Kirav. And then from Kirav, we proceeded direct to Lapmo and then down and in. I don't know, Greg. I don't necessarily think it's fair that you're going to blame me because other people aren't following their SIDS and stars, but okay, sure, no problem. Let's go slats and flaps, 15 degrees, and we've got our speed set to 170 now, so we can go slats and flaps to 20 degrees. What is frame gen mod, if you don't mind me asking? Exclamation point frames in chat, if you're curious. Just disconnect from VATSIM, man. It's no worry, okay? It's no big deal, man. Do you have to land on VATSIM? There's no ATC, so really, we're not missing anything, right? So 137. Let's go slats and flaps full. We're through 170 knots now. Just got Navigraph, but what I do not know how to read the ILS charts. Ronnie, fairly simple. A lot of the information that you're looking for is going to be up here. So you've got your localizer frequency, you've got your final approach course, and you've got your minimums. A lot of that's going to be up here, as well as your transition altitudes, which was 5,000 feet, by the way, if somebody was asking. Airport elevations, a lot of your information is going to be up top on the chart. It's going to take a while to kind of understand all that and read all that, but I promise you, you'll get to it eventually, man. Yeah. Are people just as miserable, wake up and just complain? Hey, man, it's all the streamer's fault. How dare he fly into an airport where other people fly with him? Shame. Shame. Buy airplane, enjoy the arrival, friends. Gears down, we need auto brake and we need ground spoilers. There we go. Get too low on the slope there, pull that nose up. There we go. Nice little cross, only 4 knots right now on the crosswind. That's a bug that I've noticed as well recently when you're using DX12 is you'll get those textures that bleed through like that.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Beauty, nose down gently, reversers are out, decelerating. Knots, reverser stowed. Keep that auto brake on. We'll vacate to the high speed here to the right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Dublin, Ireland. Let's get the brake fans on because those are going to be hot. Hot. Alrighty, sweet. Good landing, friends. Stop the clocks. That was a very quick flight, by the way. Off. APU start switch on. And ground spoilers and flaps. Sweet. Are we doing another flight? Yes, of course. We're doing the return flight. Here we are. Doing the return. That was a fun little flight. I enjoyed that. It's amazing how far Flight Simulation game Microsoft 2024 will be even more amazing. Hopefully. Yeah, absolutely, man. Hopefully, for sure. Now the fog, it looks so liminal. Have you ever had a crash? We have. It's been a while since we've had a crash, knock on wood. Pretty lucky that way, but... Gonna do Dusseldorf to Prague flight right now with a 5-hour A320 Neo. Let's see the update. There you go, man. Yeah. Predictions for Flight Sim 2024 release window. I think it's probably going to be August, September. That's when I think. Towards the end of summer. It did, Roy. Felt like that anyways. Flight time on that was 38 minutes, chat. We're somehow 7 minutes early. See how many airplanes are down here on the ground. How many airplanes are around us. There's the Ryanair that left behind. I see DHL over here. So this is our cargo stand, chat. This is where we're parking. I see fellow DHLers over here. So this probably has to be where we're going. Let's go ahead and spool up the EPU. Can we go in this way? No, we can't go in that way. We got to go like around, right? Yeah, this is one thing that I was saying that I've noticed in DX12 is you'll have the buildings kind of bleed through the fog a little bit like that. That's one of the big drawbacks that I've seen with DX12. And hopefully, obviously, with Microsoft 2024, those issues will all be solved. When is 319 and 321 coming out? I have no clue, man. Gonna crash right at the beginning of the stream. Somebody ate shit into a bunch of trees. Yeah, well, that's not me. I haven't crashed, thankfully. Test yourself, but the A300 has a massive stutter every 15 to 20 seconds, but only when you fly at night. Very odd. We've done some night flights. I haven't had any stutter issues, Breadmaster. Are you on the most current version of the aircraft? Would be my next question. Have a little subtle wing flex. Love it, man. While taxiing, so good. So good. Airport ground textures are what get me in DX12. Some of them can get a little bit weird. Yeah, you'll have weird bleed-throughs everywhere. But I mean, 99% of the time, dude, I'm not having any issues. How do you get all the real-life liveries on the ground planes? We're on VATSIM, man. Oop, sorry, park brake bug. We're on VATSIM. So, that is how. Can I go 617 Lima? Let's see if this will work. Lima. Okay. It's not Lima. 617. Parking. 617. Really gonna make me go all through this? 617. No marshaller right now, so we're just kind of... Oh, there we go. It has popped up. Oh, it's saying I'm 15... No way, dude. It's saying I'm 15 meters past? No way. Look at the line. It's right there. Silly GSX. There we go. We're perfect. Beautiful. Park brake is on. Upstairs, APU's on. APU gen is on. APU bleed system is on. Red beacon light is off. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to... Dublin, Ireland. Dublin, Ireland. And let's go ahead and request deboarding. We'll jump outside the aircraft, and there we have it, friends. Great first flight, my amigos. Had a lot of fun with that one. I hope you guys did as well. Give me 2 seconds. We'll go ahead and get our new and next flight ready. EyeDW over to EGNX. And the freighter. All right, we got our flight plan filed off. The VDGS? Yeah, I removed it, James. I get the worst performance at this airport when using the VDGS. The Nularoo or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, I removed that. I'm using GSXs, so I'm surprised the GSX one didn't pop up. I am using the GSX VDGS, but apparently it's maybe not modeled. Is there I don't even know if there's a... I think I'm running one. I think I have one. EIDW. Yeah, I do have one, but I think it's out of date. Benny on YouTube, celebrating 25 months. Huge no floaties to you, Benny. Thank you for the continued support of the channel, my friend. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, dude. Right, we're going to pre-file on VATSIM. Okay, flight plan has been filed. All of that is good. Bear with me here for a sec, chat. All right, live information should be put up top. All right, sweet. We've got Puller of Spikes, my man, dropping the 20 bones. Appreciate you, dude. Huge enough floaties to you. Tony, take care, man. Have a great Sunday, dude. The Latin VFR static aircraft scenery works quite well to see real-world planes when not on the network. Interesting, John. I didn't know they had anything like that.
Good afternoon, Cap from KBHM.
Puller Spikes, huge enough floaties to you, man. Thank you for the continued support of the channel. Appreciate you, man. Huge enough floaties. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind, dude. Guys, get some love and chat for Puller Spikes. Get some no floaties and with yous. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, dude. Incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All day breakfast for my dinner tonight. Ooh, love that. Very good. Matt, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Cap, why can't I move the camera when replaying in Microsoft with the built-in replay? You have to turn on the... So after you've recorded, you need to turn on the camera track every time you want to move the camera. So if you want to set your camera views, you have to record a camera track. What is the longest flight we've ever done? It was Oslo to Vancouver. Came in at just over 10.5 hours. It was close to 11 hours. Yeah. Do you also have to enable the replay tool after starting the sim again? You do, Joe. Yes, but Joe, just a heads up, if you go to flightsim.to, there's a mod that you can download that makes it so that the replay tool always stays here on your top bar. So once you turn it on, you don't have to ever turn it on again. I would go and search for that mod because it makes life a lot easier. Okay, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's go ahead and come down here to our electronic flight bag. Gonna go to my flight. We're gonna import from SimBrief. You can see we're going Dublin back to East Midlands. Beautiful. We'll resync the METAR reports there. There we go. Beautiful, looking good. Let's go to ground equipment. Let's go to weight and balance. We're gonna go ahead and import from SimBrief. We're going to apply load to aircraft, so we're a little bit heavier on the way back, which is nice. We'll finish the fueling there as well. Wonderful. So what we can do is we can come down here, we'll go to menu, we'll go to ACARS, we'll go to SimBrief, give that a second, EIDW, back to EGNX with our alternate of London Heathrow, EGLL. Initial cost index will be 5. We plan to go up to 250, 25,000 feet today. So we'll bug up 25,000 feet, and of course our call sign 2823. We'll bug that up there as well. Beautiful. If we go to our NIT-B page, we start plugging in some numbers. 0 fuel weight, 121 we're going to call that. Our fuel weights today, we're going to go with 10.3 on the fuel. Good. And then our 0 fuel weight CG is going to be 30.25, so we'll call that 30.3. And we'll bug that up there as well. Good. Optimum cruise altitude, 34,000. We're only going up to 25 because it is a short flight as well. Good. Let's go to the flight plan page. EIDWs, standard instrument departures. We're planning for the departure out of 28 right. We'll stay out of everybody's way. Out of 28 right, we're looking for the Dexy to Juliet departure. We'll find that. Dexy to Juliet. There it is. Beautiful. No transitions. We'll just go ahead and insert that. Wonderful. And then we're going to go to our arrival approach, EGNX. We're going to go to star. We are planning for the ILS runway 9. And we're going to be on the Dolo 1 Echo arrival. Beautiful. And we're going to look at our charts and fun stuff here. So let's go to flights, unload, import, SimBrief. Good. We'll grab our newest flight plan. Let's close that out. Let's go to the... okay, so you can see here, we're going to have to do some crazy procedural turn and then down and in. So from rock up is where we're going to want to take our transition from. I believe that's what it is. Let's read the chart here for a second. Nugra to Vigar to Dipso to Trent and then back to rock up at 8,210 feet. And then from there, we're probably just going to vector ourselves a little bit of like a procedural turn. If we go to the approach and we look, ILS runway 9. Well, anyways, okay, it doesn't show you, but from here we'll vector ourselves back down and in. Okay, cool. That's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. Let's go back to our NITREF tab, make sure everything looks good here. Init A and Init B, good. I think they're done the deboarding process, which they are, so we'll go to GSX. Deboarding complete, good. We'll reload SimBrief. Good. We'll go ahead and request boarding. Good. Sweet. Wonderful. That's all done. out of there. I am happy with that. Let's go to our takeoff and departure page, and we'll plug in some information from our performance calculator. So we are departing out of 28 right. We'll sync everything up. We'll calculate some V speeds. There we go. 63, 55, 63, 63. So 155, 163, and we'll set 163 on our FCU as well, which can go back on because we are sitting on APU power. So 163 is good there. And then initial climb, we could just put 250, but initial climb off this departure is... Now, I'm pretty sure we want to be on the... Which one is this? Okay, that's the Dexon 2 Juliet. I wonder if we want to go out this way, or if we actually do want to proceed... I guess we want to be on the Dexon. I mean, that's the departure that it gave us. I feel like we should be on one of these ones, but it gave us the Dexon 2 Juliet, so that's what we're going to be taking. Okay, 163 is in there. Everything else looks good to me. We'll go with our top altitude out of here, which was below 23,000. What is top altitude? Does it say? It doesn't say. Okay, well, we'll just put 25,000. That's our cruise altitude anyways, so 25,000. Okay, cool. And there we go. Watch the boarding process. I have $170 in my bank account. I think this is a sign to purchase a Cessna 172. I think you can download some pretty great Cessna 172s on Microsoft, man. Default in the simulator. Nightbot's slow. I think it's just because like a million people are trying to get commands. Yeah, Roy, I've been meaning to take a look at that, the flow from Parallel 42. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Yeah. Nice flying with you for once. I get to leave for the return flight, but have a nice flight, and see you. Goodbye, everyone. Axel, take care, man. Glad you enjoyed the first flight, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my friend. Again, guys, if you haven't, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. We're looking for 300 likes on today's live stream. We are about to turn around and do the return flight back to East Midlands, so that should be a fun one for sure. Just passed my VATSIM exam. Can't wait to join you on the next stream. Sweet. Is there going to be a snack service on this flight? I'm hungry. I wish, dude. I wish. No snack service. Although, you know what I might do tonight, Maverick? I got to go to the grocery store. And do you know what's right beside the grocery store? Subway. Do you know what I got for Christmas from one of my relatives? A Subway gift card. So, some Subway for lunch / dinner. Maybe it, man. Yeah. Nice Buttercap. Not sure if we were. Dublin arriving. 28 left and departures are on 28 right, real world. Yep, we landed on 28 left and we're departing on 28 right, Thomas. Yeah. Nightbot does not like additional characters if you type the command. Yeah, it has to be the exact command. Time for Captain to eat fresh. I'm going to send Maverick a picture, too, on his phone later. I'm getting the Great Canadian Club. I already know what I'm getting. Great Canadian Club. Turkey breast, ham, smoked ham, double cheddar cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, onions, banana peppers, smoky Southwest mustard. Done. Done like dinner, chat. Done like dinner. Earlier, a member in this chat was calling me out and saying, I hope you have a big junk folder. It was very random for me. It caused me anxiety, to be honest. Does anyone know what this could mean? Well, if there's one thing that I can say, don't let anything that anybody says on the internet affect you internally and allow you to cause anxiety. It sounds like you were probably talking about a simulator and he was referring to having to remove programs or something, but I have no clue. Out of context, I have no clue what was said. I have no clue what that means. I hope you have a big junk folder, meaning maybe you're not downloading good add-ons or something. I have no clue, man. I have no clue, but yeah, again, I just, whatever you say, yeah. Roy, thank you for the €11 donation. I appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you. Incredibly kind. Thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully the subways near you are better than the US locations. They are, man. They just did a whole overhaul here in Canada. We have all new sandwiches, all new sauces. Yeah, they went hard, man. They've like done a complete rebrand up here. I wasn't a fan of Subway all that much growing up, but recently, since they've released their new sauces and sandwiches and meats and cheeses and stuff, pretty damn good, man. So envious I don't have 2.8 right at Dublin in the default scenery. Yeah, John. I mean, this one was on sale, John. It's not even that much, to be honest with you, man. The MK Studios Dublin, I can definitely say that it's worth its money. But yeah. Subway here now has foot-long churros and pretzels and cookies. Jesus. Oh, man. Brian, thanks so much for 6 months, dude. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Decent. Their steak and cheese sandwich? Yeah, not for me, Will. I don't think I could do the steak and cheese. It's not, I don't know. Their steak doesn't look appetizing.
Congratulations on your long-lasting channel.
Thank you.
You were the first MSFS creator I followed. The problematic default A320 was a big pain.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was, my friend. Roy, huge enough floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The flavor's good. I'm not denying that, Will, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you or the meat is good, right? But sorry, Tony. Apologize. Apologize. Working my first Subway in ages, and I forgot it was on Sunday. How's it going? JJ, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. You know what else tastes great, Will? Big Macs. But guess what? I think if you were to eat a Big Mac a day, you'd probably be in a little bit of trouble, right? Love me a Big Mac. With some Big Mac sauce, man. Extra Big Mac sauce so I can dip my fries in that shit, too. Whoof. Slaps. Slaps. Cap, that chicken place you like? What's the chicken place that I like? There's a bunch, man. There's a bunch. I mean, Will, I feel like a Subway steak and cheese is probably the equivalent to a Big Mac. Like a 6-inch steak and cheese from Subway compared to a Big Mac, I feel like that's probably got to be somewhat similar for like bread and sauce and meat comparisons. That's why I was doing it. Like, I feel like a 6-inch sub is probably somewhat compared. What do you mean no shot, dude? Don't make me go pull up the fucking calorie charts. What is this? Subway. Hold on, I'm pulling this up, Will. Subway steak and cheese. Steak and cheese 6-inch. Let's see how many calories in that bad boy. Nutrition facts. Look at this. Boom. 320 calories, and that's if you get it. Come on, nobody gets it plain like that. So let's go 400 calories, okay? Because you're obviously going to put, like, this is just a plain sandwich using white bread. Nobody gets white bread. Everybody gets, whatchamacallit, the cheese one, herb and cheese, whatever the hell it's called. That's an extra, like, 60 calories. How much is a Big Mac? Big Mac calories. You might be right. A single Big Mac is 257 calories. There are more calories in a 6-inch Subway steak and cheese than there are a Big Mac. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Hold on. Nutritional summary. Okay, 590. Yeah, what website is this? I don't even trust this Subway one now. So you're going 590 to 400. Yeah, that can't be right at all. 200 and something calories? Yeah, right. Look, it even says right here, McDonald's Big Mac, energy amount, 257 calories. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was a 100 grams. Who eats 100 grams worth? One item, 563 calories, where Subway was just over 400. So you're right. And to be fair, you'll probably be a lot more full off a 6-inch sub than you would be off a Big Mac, right? Yeah. Are you a college football fan? I haven't in a while, man. Haven't been in a while. I'll still be eating Big Macs every day then. Is there anything I need to download to get my new Thrustmaster throttle to work for gear and all that? Is there anything I need to download to get my new Thrustmaster throttle? What throttle? Which one are you talking about? Your Airbus throttle or your Boeing throttle? McDonald's got so expensive that they forgot their role. They should be for those who have $10 only. Dude, I remember McDonald's when I was a kid. Do you guys remember this? This is going to be a little bit old school. This is in like the 90s and early 2000s. Do you remember the days when McDonald's had every day they had a different meal of the day for like $4? It was $3.99 on like Mondays you could get a Big Mac. Tuesday was like quarter pounder day. Wednesday was like the double cheeseburger day. Then the McChicken on Friday or whatever it was, the Filet-O-Fish on Friday, the Big Extra on Saturday. Man, those were the days, dude. Those were the days. All I heard was Subway Italian herb and cheese bread is the best. Oh, of course, that's what everybody gets. Yeah, but man, I remember those days, dude. That was, you could go for $3.99, get 2 double cheeseburgers, a fry, and a drink for $4. 2 double cheeseburgers, a fry, and a drink. A medium fry and a medium drink for $3.99 plus tax. It was like $4.30. Dude, those were the good old days, man. Those were the good old days. That's when you and the boys hit up the McDonald's after school and shit. Oh, baby. The good old days. All right, let's close the door. We're good to go. Let's get our red beacon light back on. We'll go ahead and go to GSX. We'll prepare for pushback and departure. Good. Nope. Good. Not anymore. 10 plus for a meal. Dude, 2 double cheeseburgers, a medium fry, and a drink in Canada would cost you probably $15 or $16 now. Not even kidding. That's not even a stretch. It's $4 and something for a double cheeseburger now. Like, one single double cheeseburger costs more than what the meal cost 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Oh man, it's literally, I think it's like $4.19 plus tax for a double cheeseburger now at McDonald's. So that's going to be plus a medium fry for another like $3 or $4, plus a medium drink for $3. We're up to $15, $16 plus tax. Crazy, man. Crazy. All right. Overhead red beacon lights on. APU bleed system is on. We're going to turn those off. We should have had those off for now. My bad. Fuel pump should have been off as well. We're sitting on APU power. That's good. That's all good. Seatbelt sign comes on. Good. Music song is done. Good. Pause that. Turns the sounds back up there. Sweet. Let's get our pushback going here, chat. Did Canada have the Angus burger back in the day? I think we had the Big Extra. I don't ever remember having an Angus burger, but I do remember the Big Extra. I guess we're going to go this way, facing east. Make sure nobody else is pushed around us. Don't want to get in anybody's way. I think we're good for push. Yep, cool. Park brakes coming off. Beautiful. I think we're flexing to 63 again, correct, chat? Performance calculator. Yeah, flex 63 again. Cool, we're looking good. Did you use any reshade? I don't. No, nothing. What was the Big Extra? It was like a quarter pounder, but it had lettuce, tomato, pickles, and it had like the McChicken sauce. Ketchup and McChicken sauce, which is basically fancy mayo. Man, they need to bring that shit back. That was one of my favorite burgers of all time. For all my Canadian friends, you'll know the Big Extra. If you went to the McDonald's in the 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s, you know the Big Extra. That was my go-to, man. Big Extra, oh, it was one of the best, dude. We got snack wraps back here now. We have snack wraps. We got ranch and buffalo snack wraps here, and barbecue, I think. Do you prefer burgers to tacos? Depends, man. Depends. Depends what I'm looking for. Depends where I'm at. I really think that's probably the main game. Where am I? Am I, you know, in the middle of Texas somewhere where we can get some slapping Mexican food? Or are we in Canada and are we making Old El Paso tacos? That's really what it's going to come down to. Proper, true, authentic tacos are, wow, out of this world. We went to a place when we were in Houston. Kevin, Dan, a bunch of us, Mopar dude. We went to an authentic Tex-Mex restaurant, and I mean that food was just mouth-watering. Every one last bit of it. U.S. McDonald's used to have the Chicken McBites in like the 2010s. I think that slapped. The Chicken McBites. Been a bit cap. Real life's been busy for a while. Hope to. Good to see everybody. Huskers. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year, dude. I haven't seen you since the New Year's stream, I think. Hope all is well, my man. Let's go and start up engine number 1. The big and tasty, which is basically the same thing. You are correct, Greg. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh man, they brought like that little clay like cooking thing, and all of our food was in it, Kev. Yeah, it was delicious, dude. Way too expensive for what it was, but was damn good. That's for sure. Introduce fuel number 1. Is that a BA 747 to Dublin? Realism at its finest. Hey man, welcome to VATSIM, dude. Welcome to VATSIM. You fly whatever the hell you want. You fly and you do whatever you want on VATSIM, man. But remember, guys, it's my fault that Dublin's so busy right now. All right, I created the mess at Dublin. It's all me, Chad. It's all me. Dublin approaches on. Oh, he is. Look at that. And it looks like we got center online. Wow. Look at that. Cry and thou shall receive. I'm going to go 121.1. It's all my fault. Terrible person. 121.1.
To its left, descent 8,000 feet, Ryanair 5874.
ATIS is information alpha.
Ryanair 5874, that's Koch 6642.
Do you know why iniBuilds can implement a weather radar, but Phoenix and PMDG can't? Probably because iniBuilds works with Microsoft, and they probably have access to that type of tech, which PMDG and Phoenix do not. Double approach, very good afternoon. Postman 2823, I'd like to pick up our IFR clearance back to EGNX.
Postman 2823, Dublin approach. Hello, clear to East Midlands. Dexton to Juliet departure, runway 28 right. Climb, flight level 900, squawk 6621, airborne frequency, Dublin, control 129.180.
Postman 2823 is cleared back into East Midlands via the Dexton 2 Juliet departure 28 right, initial climb, flight level 90, squawk 6621, departure frequency 129.180.
Postman 2823, read back correct, break for Ryanair 5874, confirm squawk 6642.
Alright, we're at the west apron short of Whiskey 2. Alright, we'll put on our squawk code form 6621. 6621.
Dublin approach, speedbird 86, back with you on to battery 3, Lima arrival for
good. 6621. Good.
Go back Dublin approach, hello, clear.
Let's set flaps and slats 15 degrees. Ground spoilers armed, auto brake over to max RTO, trim value down 0.2. 0.2 should be good right about there. We're going to go nav track, we're going to go profile track. And we're just going to confirm that that is our departure. The Dexton 2 Juliet, alright, correct, that is good. Wonderful, cool. And then we just have to change this. Initial climb was flight level 90. Beautiful, park brake comes off. Do our takeoff config test. It's going to yell at me because I didn't do the probe heats. Probe heats are now on. APU bleed is off. Gen 1 is on. Mat 2. Start continuous. APU off. Now we'll do it. Takeoff config test normal. No alarms. Beautiful. Cool. Pull ourselves forward here just a little bit so these guys can get out behind me.
Departure, climb 9000, squawk 6630, after departure, frequency 129.180.
Suggest train on the way back correct, break Ryanair 5874, descent altitude 3000.
He is busy.
UNH 1032 hectopascal.
Right, we are west apron short of Whiskey 2.
Ryanair 3, correction 5874.
Dublin approach, postman 2823, out of the west apron, short of Whiskey 2, radio taxi 28, right.
Dallas 2000, November 67, Papa Whiskey, surface wind variable 3 knots from my 28 left, clear ground.
Runway 28 left, clear land 67, Papa Whiskey.
Postman 2823, taxi Whiskey 2, enter left, runway 16, vacate right, November, taxi November, November 2, hold short, my 28 right.
We'll make a left here on Whiskey 2, left on runway 16, then a right on November for November 2, hold short 28 right. Postman 2823.
Postman 932.
All right.
Midlands.
2 stations, breakfast, jet 39, just confirm.
All right, so he wants us Whiskey 2, make a left on runway 18, sorry, 16, make a right on November, all the way down November, hold short November 2. Pretty basic. Pretty basic, pretty standard as far as taxi instructions go here in Dublin. For some reason, I have to figure out why I can look down. I guess I can look up. I just have to be like really assertive with the looking up, I guess. Frame Gen Mod 0.81 came out a week ago. Yes, correct. Does 0.81 address the menu shaking? No, that's going to be, yeah. No, that's probably never going to change, Greg. I don't know who just rang my doorbell, but my doorbell just rang. Might be my new Brita filter. I ordered a Brita filter.
Sorry, the session can I just say again the call time, please?
Postman 932.
All right, so we're making a left here on runway 16.
And deck 3, Juliet departure, runway 28 right. Climb flat 190, squawk 6656.
It's me, I'm at the door. I'm definitely not opening that up. Howdy all, how do pre-select that speed? Up arrow, pre-select, then you'll see preset, illuminates right beside it, and then you can set whatever you want, like 240 on the climb. Which we're going to do. Strong Irish accent. Irish? How are you now, boy? Ireland. Capri, I want my Toby tracker by Wednesday. You're an honest man, I give you that. Not opening the door. I assume we're not taking off yet. No, this is runway 16. We're going for runway 28 right. System-wise, is there anything different between the A300 and the 310? They're very similar. There might be a few things, cards and games, but they are very similar aircraft. Might be a couple things that are different. For the most part, I think they're pretty similar. We don't want to end up like that guy from earlier. Exactly. Right, I think this is right November. Yes, this is going to be right on November for us here. Is it because I said something in DM? Foot of snow and deliveries running in North Carolina would be total meltdown. Oh yeah, Greg. This is no problem for people. No problem.
222, I will send you a PDC shortly.
No problem for contract 222.
Are we backtracking? Nope, we're just using the runway.
November 2, hold short, my 28 right.
So I'll show you here once we get set up on November.
November, hold short November 2 with Statewi now.
November 67, Papa with
Any plans for some South American ops potentially? Yes, I would love to do some more South America soon, man. So what we just did is we were out here at the West Apron, so he gave us Whiskey 2, and then we made a left on runway 16, which is here. We went all the way down 16, and then a right onto November. So basically he does that so that it keeps this apron area clear, because there's a lot of traffic that goes in and over there. So keeps it clear of all that. What would you give this controller out of a 10? They do a great job here, man.
November 67, Papa Whiskey,
great job in Europe.
Short of the West Apron on Whiskey 2.
All right, and then we need our departure frequency was on 129.180. 129.180.
Taxi Whiskey 2, runway 1.
129.180 is set.
Runway 28 right.
And I believe it's an automatic handoff here, so he doesn't hand us over.
Clear down at the approach from 28 left to the
And this is November 2, which he gave us to hold short of, so we'll go November 2.
2.5, report stop us. Be ready to back.
All right.
Everyone at 5874.
And we're holding short.
Tower 118 decimal 6. Bye-bye.
118 decimal 6.
Oh, looks like tower just came online.
Postman 2823, surface wind variable 3 knots from
Okay.
28 right, cleared for takeoff. Bye-bye.
28 right, cleared for takeoff. Postman 2823, great job today. Have a great evening, man. All right, landing lights are on.
Good evening, this is Ryanair 6 Peter.
Strobe lights on.
We are at
Wing lights on.
70 in
Nose light. Good.
Ryanair 6 Victor November, Dublin approach identified from Sivnas, clear direct to Lacasse.
Clear direct to Lacasse, Ryanair 6 Victor November.
Ryanair 6 Victor November negative, after Sivnas, clear direct to
Alrighty,
Lacasse.
friends. You guys ready to roll? Let's do it. Yo cam's on. Sounds are up. Let's get blasted. Throttles to 40%.
Postman 903 left to negative from
Chrono's on.
enter left.
Let's go flying. Toga. Slight nose down pressure.
Vacate right onto November 28, November 1 for short
Jeez. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's live.
November 6 whiskey time to whiskey 2, whiskey 3 to West Bay, whiskey David.
100 knots for neutral.
Whiskey 3 West Bay, anytime.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears going up. Start our right turn. Long roll. Yeah, everything is with this bird, man. Flip ourselves over. 12918. Profile climb. Nav track. Climb powers in. Flap retraction. Sounds can come down a little bit. Let's check in with Dublin Center. Dublin Center, hello. Postman 2823, 2900, climbing flight level 90.
Postman 2823, double control being identified. Cleared left turn direct Dexon, climb flow 230.
Left turn direct Dexon, climb flight level 230. Postman 2823. Right, 230. Left turn direct Dexon. Insert. Follow your flight directors. You said left, right, chat? We're gonna go left. Pretty sure he said left turn direct Dexon. Fuck. Hopefully we're not screwing this up. I'm almost positive I heard left turn direct Dexon. We're gonna get the aircraft set up this way, so I think it's because we were trending to the right, so the aircraft wanted to trend that way. Turning 30 knots, slats going clean.
Good day, Jet 389, climbing 33000.
It's Jet 389, double control being identified on departure.
Let's go and lock our gear.
Speed above 250, climb clear.
Nose light can go off, runway turnoffs can go off, wing lights can go off.
250, cleared, this is Jet 389.
Back on track with our flight director. Should be climbing at 250 now. We'll hold that. Beautiful. Nice departure. 7,500 feet. One gauge autopilot. I'll bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Very nice. Is the frame gen 0.81 like an update? I think so, Mike. I don't know. I'll probably install it later. Dan, do you have a link to it, or Ah, yes. Thank you. Dan already posted it. I will download that now. Thank you, Dan. I will update that as well. Yep, I got it. Thanks, Dan. I just saw that you posted it. Why aren't you flying with real time? Because you can't see anything outside, Paul. I love when I'm able to fly. I love to see the ortho in the clouds. When you fly at night, you can't see anything, man. It's not very fun. Very interesting. Above 10,000 feet, landing lights are off. Ignition system to the off position, and seatbelt signs are off as well. Why did I just get a commercial / ad during the live stream? YouTube's been pushing these whole ad breaks every like 30 minutes or something.
Once direct, Dexon, speed is yours. Thank you very much.
We should have confirmed that we don't have any crazy speed restrictions. Nah, just 210, but that's like on the initial climb out, so we're perfectly fine. Never had that before. I thought the stream crashed. No. Do you get revenue from the ads at least? Of course. Yeah, of course, dude. Sanders, huge on floaties to you. Welcome back to business class, my friend. Thank you very, very much for your support. Really do appreciate you, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
213, good evening. We are descending to flight level 140.
All right, climbing up and away, guys. Out of Dublin. There's the airport down there. There's the new runway. You can see a fellow DHL A300 holding short there. Looking good.
Yeah, confirm.
Welcome back, Sanders. Thanks for your support, man. Appreciate you, dude.
Runner 213, arrival back to 3 Lima.
Runner 213, squawk 6646.
Right in air.
Runner 213, 6646.
Why does it always set all 4 of your radios to Unicom? I'm not sure. Probably a feature. So that you log in and you're immediately on Unicom or something. I don't know. It's weird. When are you going to fly in South Africa? I'm not sure. I'd like to do it sooner than later, though. I'd like to do, like, Cape Town and stuff. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Flew to East Midlands myself today from Knock. Very cool. Very cool. Always a good one. Always a good one. Magnus, welcome back to business class as well, my friend. Huge enough floaties to you. Thank you for the continued support, Magnus. I appreciate that. Thank you so, so much. After the stream, can you check Discord as I want to show some screenshots of Microsoft I have? Sounds good.
Runner 213, I then have back to 3 Lima. I have back to 2 Lima.
Yeah, back to Lima, fine.
Runner 213.
Somebody doesn't have the updated air rack. Excuse me. Free 6. You sound like you're from London. Had to change the card. No worries, Magnus. Welcome back, man. Thanks for the continued support, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. I did Cape Town last night, and with ultra graphic settings, it looks gorgeous. Yeah, they have like a whole ortho area done there too, right? They have the photogram city and stuff. So I believe it. I believe it. And I think what happens is I think we get out of Dublin airspace before he can clear us up to, I think like right at Dexon we end up, yeah. So that's why he only clears us to 230, because we're proceeding direct Dexon right now, but right at Dexon we would get handed over to London. I don't know if London's on or what part of London is on. Looks like London Center's on, but I'm not quite sure which part he's covering. Yeah. He got currently behind you at flight level 230. Nice, you're already up there? Holy macaroni. We're still at 19,500. He got how long till the PMDD 777 comes out? I don't know, Rick. A complete guess, I would say 4 to 6 weeks. That's a complete guess, but yeah. About an hour and a half away from landing in JFK is my first flight with the Flight Factor A350. Nice, Dylan. Very cool, man. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying it. ECAP's the A300 easy to learn. With all the tutorial videos and all the streamers streaming it, yes, you should be able to watch a stream and kind of figure out exactly what people are doing and how they're doing it. it's a little bit quirky. It's a little bit old, a little bit odd sometimes. Certain systems, the autopilot is like advanced for its time, but in like today's standard is kind of like old and does like weird things, right? Like you can't
Postman 932, double control identified.
you can't stay on VNAV profile and control your own speed. It's a little bit weird, you know? Did you read PMDG's update yesterday? No, somebody was mentioning it earlier and I missed their message about it. Thomas, feel free to put it in, or just take the major quotes out of it if you want.
Confirm level 2300, final request to East Midlands.
Sorry, was that for Postman 2823?
Negative, this is Jet 389 Dublin.
Got the A300 last week, learned it by your streams with just clicking on pause every time. See, there you go.
389 Dublin.
Yep. My sim has been stuck on 100% for 30 minutes. Is it normal during the download process? I did do this on my old computer. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I wouldn't touch anything. Just leave it. Walk away or something, but...
Postman 2823, climb level 250 now.
I'm 250 now. Thank you, Postman 2823. Alright, we're going to go back to profile mode up to 25,000 feet.
Control, Lacasse 316 heavy on flight level.
Tex-Mex in Vegas this year? I'm pretty sure there would be some good stuff. We may have to go like authentic Mexican food, Kev. If Smitty joins us, I don't know if Smitty's going to join us, but Smitty lived there for a while, right? So Smitty knows the good hole in the wall. So maybe we can get some like authentic Mexican. That would be good. I know he went to a place just outside Vegas.
Can we get 270 now, please?
This is 3898 firm, climb level 270.
Basically, they're coming along nicely after Christmas, but it sounds like it's still a number of weeks away. Update at the end of the month, though, about a release. Okay, so I still think I'm accurate in my 4 to 6 weeks from now. 4 to 6 weeks puts us 4 weeks puts us first week of February. 6 weeks puts us towards the end of February. I think that's when we're going to be getting it. Please no Waffle House? Oh no, dude, we need to do Waffle House. Is Waffle House even in Vegas? I don't know if it is. I have to check. But we're definitely going to Waffle House.
Postman 932 Dublin. Postman 932 Dublin.
Closer to the 6 weeks the way he worded it? Could be, yeah.
Postman 932 Dublin.
In beta, 360 issues have been reported already, 263 fixes. Pretty crazy.
Runner 213, hello.
Yeah, Runner 213, you're going way too fast for the arrival. You've missed the last 2 intersections. To confirm your waypoint you're routing towards now.
Runner 213, we are...
No Waffle House in Vegas? Damn.
Waypoint Cudem.
What do they have out there, Mav? Don't say IHOP. I'm not going to IHOP. Shit's gross. No IHOP. I mean, I guess IHOP isn't bad if you just get, like, pancakes. But... Is this a coincidence that all the expo sites have a FOGO? There is a FOGO in Vegas, isn't there?
Postman 2823, leave control airspace, radar control service, terminate Unicom 1228. Wait.
Unicom 122, that's my thanks for wonderful ATC. We'll see you soon. Postman 2823.
This is 389, leave control airspace, radar control service, terminate Unicom 1228, but wait.
Once you do this, my thanks so much for the good service.
Sure.
Alrighty, over to Unicom, friends. Looking good. They have a hash house, which might interest you. Oh, what kind of hashish is sold there? Both kinds, the potato kind and the stretchable kind. Bought the A300 some days ago. Tried FrameGen in VR. Damn, never experienced such a boost in the sim. Nice, Magnus. Very cool. Very, very cool. Didn't you get sick from the Waffle House in Houston? No, I got sick from the Tex-Mex that we went to, man. The Tex-Mex got me. That's the night I ended up throwing up. Tex-Mex got me. But I think it was just eating too much food, you know. Might try another steakhouse rather than FOGO. Yeah, I was just thinking in my head, Skyworker, when he said that. I don't think there's a chance we get Mopar or Skyworker back to a FOGO. Which is crazy because that sucks, man. Like, I've never had a bad experience at a Fogo. Yeah, all you can eat expo. Oh, dude, we were eating like animals. I threw up 12 hours. You threw up for 12 hours last night for the flu. Ooh, that sucks, man. You know what, Skyworker? We'll go to Ruth Chris. That'll be a fancy one. I also want to try. I want to kind of go to Momofuku. I think that could be really cool. There's a couple places I want to go in Vegas. They have a place called the Original Pancake House. Okay, all right. Waffle House is awesome. You can't go wrong with a Waffle House. It's like as cheap and as like good as you're going to probably get anywhere. Hell's Kitchen. I've heard the wait time at Hell's Kitchen is forever, but we know that we're going, so I wonder if we can go on the website and book. That is something that we would look at. I would try that beef Wellington. All I know is it's stupid expensive to go there, but I've kind of always wanted to try Gordon's beef Wellington. I don't know, man. We may have to call and see if we can get a spot at Hell's Kitchen. Steve, I think you're wrong. Wish we had Waffle House in Canada. Dude, we have nothing in Canada. What do we have? Cora's? Trash. What else do we have? In Canada, you got to go to the mom and pop breakfast shops. You know what I mean? Cora's is gross. Yeah. Yeah, they don't allow walk-ins, and reservations need to be made days out. Oh, yeah, I'm saying, like, that's something we should do, like, months in advance, Will. Months, because I'm sure there's other people that are going to the expo that are going to want to experience something like that as well, right? Harvey's. I haven't had Harvey's in forever, dude. Damn. Yeah, Harvey's is good. Harvey's is good every once in a while. Nice flame-grilled burger. Can't complain. You can book tables at Hell's Kitchens. Yeah, we'll have to do that for sure. Yeah. Tim Hortons breakfast, waffle fries, and double. Anyone? Rosie, it sucks that Tim Hortons hasn't been good for like many years now, in my opinion. As soon as they stopped actually baking the donuts in-house is when I truly think they just went downhill. Yeah. Coors is absolutely garbage and overpriced. I would agree with it. I cannot believe that they're still around. Do you know why they're still around though? Because they're a French restaurant, and the French absolutely like Saturday and Sunday lunch and brunch for everybody that lives in Quebec. Like, that is such a thing, man. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason Cora survives. Because, yeah, that stuff is absolute trash. $25 for a couple eggs, some potatoes, and some bacon, and some fruit. Like, what? That should not cost $25. Whenever Burger King bought them out, they went to shit. I even think it was just before that, Kev. Burger King bought them out. I do agree with you. It did go to shit. I do agree. But I think it was before that. I think it was when they stopped doing the actual baking, man. As soon as, like, that was their thing, right? That was their, like, claim to fame, was, like, you go get their donuts, and they're made in store. And they actually had, like, bakers that were at the store and stuff like that. That's how you get good food. As soon as it becomes, like, just you're making these donuts in bulk in a warehouse and then freezing them and shipping them out frozen, that's nasty, man. A&W makes good plain bacon and egg breakfast. They do, John. You are correct. Yeah, not a bad price either. I actually like the A&W breakfast sandwiches because you can get them on the hamburger bun, and they're pretty good. You're right. I don't mind an A&W breakfast. They're pretty good. Hecap, is Canada an expensive country? Your salary was like $30 an hour. No. If you're making $30 an hour in Canada, you've probably got a really decent job. Minimum wage, I think, in Canada is like $14 or $15 an hour. But Canada is extremely expensive. We've got about 30 to 40% income tax. So whatever you make at the end of the year or the end of the month, the government takes between 30 and 40%, depends how much money you make. The more money you make, the more money they take from you. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. There's taxes on everything. There's where I live, it's a 13% tax on anything that I buy. So if I go to the grocery store, something costs $10, I'm paying $1.30 to the government. So taxes are absolutely ridiculous. You can picture that on $1,000, you're paying $130. On 10 grand, you're paying $1,130. So it's quite a lot of money, especially when you start buying things, you know. Found a place that makes beef taco crepes. It's awesome. Spicy beef taco crepes. BC minimum wage is 16.75. I think that's what it might be here too. It's been so long since I've worked a job outside of like YouTube, and like I had a salary when I was doing my welding, so I don't really know the hourly wages all that well anymore. 8,000 feet at Row Cup. 8,000, and we'll pre-select. You'll see P descent in blue show up here. Looks like it just did that anyways, but there's P descent. Stands for profile descent, and then it flips over to profile descent. And we should start making our descent now into... I feel like the descent got a little bit bugged up with the last update. Did anybody else notice that? Before, like, the deviation path would sit here, and then it would slowly start to creep down. Now I find it just kind of does its own little weird things. We have 20% on everything you buy in Austria. Yeah, you guys get... Germany and Austria, man, you guys get taxed, like... And your fuel prices are absolutely through the roof. Now, don't you make more... Like, what's minimum wage in Austria, if you don't mind me asking? Is it in... It's in euro, right? So, like, what... Like... Do you make more money because there's more taxes, or the deviation's off? Yeah, I noticed since the last update that it's a little bit weird. $15 an hour is why a meal at McDonald's is almost $20. I would agree. Yeah, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Austria, Italy. I think all of those places, they have crazy high tax rates. Have you ever made your own booze from plums? No, I haven't. I don't drink, so yeah. Hey, Cap, thinking about pulling the trigger on a PC and a yoke, etc. I was wondering, what sim do you think I should buy? Is it your first sim, Trenton? I'd probably say Microsoft Flight Simulator, just because if it's your first sim and you're kind of learning everything on the go, you're going to be able to jump in and you're going to be able to do some lessons and some tutorials and some stuff like that. So I'd probably say Microsoft. Yeah. 1,000? No, what would be your hourly rate? Like, how much do you get paid an hour in Austria for like a regular job? Like, what's your minimum wage, right? In the States, there's a minimum wage. In Canada, our healthcare costs will break you. I'd take your deal in a heartbeat. Depends on what it is, Dennis. I can agree with you that, yeah, if you need a major surgery, or if you don't have insurance in the States, you're not paying into insurance. Now, that being said, paying for like medical insurance is still probably cheaper than handing over 40% of your income, 30% of your income, right, Dennis? But I don't know. Yeah. It's 21% income tax here in Scotland, between 25 and 25 pounds and 45k, I thought. Though you get 12k tax-free allowance. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing here, Rosie. It's kind of the same here with the tax allowance. If you make under a certain amount, you don't have to claim taxes every year. We also have programs here where, like, the GST rebate, where if you do make less, you get like a GST rebate deposited into your account. Yeah. You make $35 an hour here in Vancouver, and I live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, that's... Which is crazy if you think about it, man. It's absolutely bananas. That basically means you're what? You're making over $1,000 a week, but then between taxes and rent in Vancouver is through the roof, right? Like, through the roof. How much are you paying for rent? Or do you own in Vancouver? Fuck, I wouldn't even want to see what mortgage rates and stuff are right now out there. My insurance is $15k a year, and you actually use it, it's more. Healthcare is free in Sweden, but high taxes. Yeah, it's the same in Canada. I once calculated my friends in Georgia where between his taxes and health insurance costs, his costs were higher than tax in Manitoba. Got you. Okay. We have €9.22 after tax per hour minimum wage in Austria. Damn, that's crazy expensive, man. That's a lot. If you were babysitting in the UK, it's £10 for 1 hour, or £6 an hour. Huh. I pay $2,600 a month in rent. That's 2.5 times what I pay in rent, Mitchell, for my place. And I have a two-master bedroom condo, like 5 minutes from downtown, 7 minutes from downtown. A 2-bedroom master condo. So the bedrooms are massive. That's crazy. You're paying 2.5 times what I pay. More than 2.5 times what I pay. How much money do you think I should set aside for decent experience in Microsoft? I mean, if you're building a computer, Trenton, it's going to have to be something beefy. You're going to want to have something, yeah, you're going to want to have something that's anything modern. I would say go with like your CPU, AMD 7800X3D. GPU-wise, probably go with like a 4000 series, 4060, 4070. 2,800K a month, downtown Denver, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. What the fuck? What do you got? Fucking gold appliances in that bad boy, Will? 2,800 US a month. A month. Hold on. USD to CAD. You are paying 3.5 times what I pay, Will. 2,800 USD is 3,700 Canadian dollars. 3,700 and change. You are paying over 3.5 times what I'm paying per month. That's fucking crazy, dude. That is crazy. I pay $1,000. 1,019 for my condo. And that includes my condo fees. So all I pay on top are my my utilities. My water is included in that as well, which is insane. My water is included. The only utilities I pay are hydro. So my heat and my electricity, that's it. Which is usually comes like $100 every 2 months. In the winter a little bit more, in the summer a little bit more because I'm running the AC all the time and I'm running heaters. That's crazy, dude. 4 years ago it was $1,400 for a nice 1 bed, 1 bath. Now it's probably $2K, if not more, man. Yeah. You have the world's cheapest rent. Dude, you know what's crazy, Will, is where I live, like I do live just outside the city. I'm like on the corner. I'm on the corner. Like I have a huge like provincial park and everything like right beside me. So I'm right on the corner. And I'm wondering if that's why, because I'm like, are you downtown? Wondering if that's what's causing, if that's why. Look at this fucking mess that this is drawn on here. So what is this? After Row Cup, we want to be to CF09 flight plan. Where are we here? Okay. This gets removed. 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 There we go. Okay. That's the actual play there, chat. And then we radar vector ourselves around. I have no clue what the FMC was doing there. I pay about $400 for a house, but electric, water about $100. It's a small house. It's a pretty decent price though, man. Pretty decent. I own a house in IMO on Van Island. It's a small 770 square foot, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and it's $1,400 a month. That's not bad at all, dude. That's actually a sweet fucking deal. I mean, that's roughly about what my place is. I think my place is 800 square feet, somewhere around there. Average aviator, 8 something. It's decent, enough room, man. Living room, kitchen, dining room, bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, walk-in closets on both. Every subtle hints we're flying in Europe. Yeah, no kidding. Mofo celebrating 6 months. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. It says 3 stripes. Kept the great work, Cap. Huge no floaties to you, Mofo. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, dude. Look, Cap, sorry I'm late. We're on the second leg. We are, Cole. Yeah. A little bit of a short day today. That's probably going to end up, by the time we're doing deboarding and replay and stuff, we'll probably be close to the 3-hour mark. But, yeah, a little bit of a shorter day today. It's Sundays. We like to do that. I'm well, Sasha. How are you? I don't know the situation in Canada, but in Austria, when working for the government, e.g. law enforcement, you'll get a bit of a better in terms of income tax. But I don't think that's how it works here. I think everybody here is just under a bracket. So if you make between $35,000 and $45,000 a year, this is the tax that you pay. If you make between $45,000 and $65,000 a year, this is the tax that you pay. If you make $65,000 to $85,000 a year, this is the tax that you pay. I think that's how it works in Canada. It's all just everybody's, it's all based on the income that you make. That's how it goes. We've got some major restrictions here. 250 knots. Are we doing that? We're not doing that. No problem. Let's go to... Is there a restriction? Okay, wait. The restriction's not here. Where's the restriction? Okay, it's at Vagar. Good, okay. I thought we had passed through that. The aircraft should slow itself down. We're looking good there. Okay. You don't have tax brackets, just a flat rate on the entire income? Well, no, tax brackets. That's what I meant, commentator. Sorry, I probably did a terrible job explaining what I meant, but we have tax brackets, yes, meaning that if you make between such and such, this is what you pay. If you make between such and such, that's what you pay. So yes, there are tax brackets. That's exactly how I was trying to explain it. Hey Kevin, how's the frame gen mod going for you? Updated a couple days back and now working nicely on my 3070 Ti. Nice, sweet. I haven't had any issues with it, man. Knock on wood. I've been pretty blessed with this whole frame gen mod. It's worked pretty well for me, man. A couple little hiccups here and there, mainly with just like DX12 glitches and stuff, but other than that, it's pretty much worked. Yeah. What is crazy and acceptable in Canada is that the US is that you really have to own a car. You're forced to drive, no other way to get around. Yeah, the crazy thing about North America that I always find, especially like when you travel to a different country or you just see how different countries do it, is public transportation. It's basically non-existent in Canada and in the US. Major cities, Vancouver, Toronto, you'll have like the SkyTrain or some type of subway system. But other than that, yeah, you know, the way that it's done in Europe with high-speed trains, and especially in Asia with the high-speed trains and stuff like that, we don't have any of that here. You're right. The way that Canada is, and it's so vast, meaning, you know, like, just for an example, I live in a city of 1 million people, okay? Which, if you think about it, city size, it's a pretty big city, but if you look at some of the cities in the US or cities around the world, 1 million people is really not that much. It takes me almost an hour to get to the farm that I own with my fiance that is also part of Ottawa, right? And like it's still the exact same city, but like it takes me 45 minutes to an hour to drive there and get there because it's just so widespread, right? Like it would be impossible for me if I didn't own a vehicle to get there and to do things like that. Whereas in other countries, I feel like it would be totally possible to just jump on a high-speed train and you're there in 15, 20 minutes or something, you know what I mean? Do you automatically jump from one whole tax bracket to the next by income going above the next tax bracket? Because in America, we don't. I'm not entirely sure about that flight simulation experience. I am not a tax professional. This is why I have an accountant that is a tax professional. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I would have to speak with an actual professional to completely understand how that works. I know that there are ways that you can make, there's ways that you can make it so that like if I claim more, I make less, if that makes sense, right? So there's certain ways that you can avoid jumping up into the next tax bracket by, anyways, we go on and on about this, but I'm not a professional and I don't know enough about it to give you a proper answer, to be honest with you. That's why I rely on the professionals to do what they do, right? We have those tax brackets too, up to the maximum of 55% if you make over 1 million euros a year. I believe we're very similar, Felix, here as well, I think. I'll never have to worry about that. I will never come close to making $1 million a year. But yeah. So understand what I say. I mean, cities are built for cars, or let's say they're destroyed public transport for cars. I feel sorry for you guys, but I try to understand this thing. Yeah, it's different. You are right. You're not wrong at all. North America travel is very much dependent on vehicles. You having your own vehicle, 100%. Yeah. The size of Ontario scares me. Like, how on earth is Ottawa 4 hours away from Toronto? Yeah, it's pretty wild. And that's just two made, like those. There's a bunch of little cities in between, but yeah.
Please, can you explain why you don't want to fly P3 DV16? I'm confused. Also, can you please bring Tim Hortons a thanks, Captain?
Yes. Explain 12 again. Thank you for the $30 donation, my friend. I appreciate you. Huge no floaties. I think I know who that is. I'm going to check afterwards. Thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate you. Do not worry about getting sick and losing everything. Priceless. Yes, Dennis. Yeah. We've got approach online. 126.180. Let's go ahead and flip over to East Midlands approach, and we'll get the ATIS information. Bravo. And transition altitude is going to be 6,000 feet. And we are landing on runway 8. The QNH is 1032. Good. Tax brackets are almost always progressive, meaning that it's never a good idea to make less to stay in a lower bracket. You pay the higher rate on the next dollar, but the rate below not on everything. There you go. And that's coming from a professional. So listen to Will, because he's going to be able to explain it a lot better than I can. That's for sure. Continuous relight, landing lights on, seatbelt signs are on. We're just pushing through 10,000 feet now. We're going to call up East Midlands approach, and we're going to let them know we've got information Bravo.
270 down to 7.
Trying explaining to Brits that Canada has 5 time zones. It's crazy. Yeah, no, exactly. Well, you are the professional in this matter, for sure.
220 gradient approach, jet 309.
That's right, 70 turn left heading 110 degrees, clear ILS approach from 09.
Captain, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's similar up here in the States, flight simulation experience as well. We have a speed restriction here, 220 knots. 220. East Midland approach, good evening. Postman 2823, information Bravo, 9,000 feet.
Postman 2823, Midlands radar, hello. Stop descent 90, flight heading 220 degrees.
Stop descent, flight level 90 and heading 230 degrees, you said, for Postman 2823?
Heading 220.
220, thank you. All right, 220 on the heading. We're stopping at 9,000 feet, which we're at right now. I'm also going to bug up speed 220, which was the restriction. We're right on our clean speed. We don't want to go any lower than what we're at now. It's got us on a heading at 220. All right, Chet. I'm going to have to listen up here. I'm going to turn the VATSIM up just a little bit more.
070, contact East Midlands Tower 124.005.
Alright, we got tower online as well, so we're going to need to bug that up on frequency. Tower EGNX 124005. 124.
Postman 2823, speed 220 knots left.
220 knots, Postman 2823. Yes, replay. Don't forget to spam that on final chat.
Left heading 170 degrees.
Alright, 124. Wait, 124005. And these little double frequencies. There we go. 124005 for EGNX Tower.
Postman at 2823, turn right heading 360 degrees, descend flight level 80.
Right turn 360 degrees, flight level 80, Postman 2823. All right, 360, which is going to be your 3 zeros. We'll go 80, we'll go level change, speed 220. Looking good.
Vista Jet 389, descent altitude 3,000 feet.
This is why economics should be part of the school curriculums. I did not use decades ago here from my parents' generation, but nothing these days. I would agree with you 100%, man. The fact that we didn't learn about taxes and how all of this works in school, but we're learning about, I don't know, stupid shit that happened 150 years ago, I agree with you 100%, man. The curriculum needs to be completely rewritten, in my opinion. But what are you going to do, man? I agree with you 100%. 100%. I think history is important, but I also think learning your taxes and budgeting and financing.
2823, 32 miles to touchdown, descent altitude 4,500 feet, QNH 1032.
4,500 feet, QNH 1032, Postman 2823.
Vista Jet 389, speed 180.
4,500 feet, we're going to go level change.
180 gradient 389.
They used to teach basic life skills and they took it away. Crazy, man. They don't teach you this for a reason. The conditioning at a young age is to make you an employee, plain and simple. Wow.
Turn left heading 225.
Left turn 225 for Postman 2823. I think he said 225. We'll see. 225. I think that's what he said. He might have said 325, but we're going to go 225.
left heading 130 degrees, descent altitude 2000
Why are we not teaching kids how to balance a checkbook? I mean, it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like to that extent, but like there should be, like once you're in high school, once you're, you know, grade 11, grade 12, you're 16, 17, sometimes 18 years old, you understand how life kind of works a little bit better. That's when I think those things should be taught, right?
Postman 932 with you. Postman 932 is Midlands radar. Hello, vectoring on.
I had to take a through a class in high school if I wanted to learn about taxes and stuff.
A300.
I'm so far removed from high school, I don't know if I remember, but...
Flight level 70.
70, Postman 932.
All right, let's work on some quick things here. Get our approach all set. We are planning for the ILS runway 9. 10935. 10935, and our front course will be 088. Spin this forward. Have the issues been fixed with the A300 since the last update? What issues are you speaking about, Paul? There's been a ton. If you're on the Discord, I suggest joining the iniBuilds Discord. They posted a change log of everything that's been changed. I mean, the list, I think it was over 75 fixes to the aircraft, so most likely, yeah, I think they've been fixed, but just got back diversion to Heathrow? Why would we go to Heathrow? No.
124.005.
5 knots on the wind correction, and our MDA is 506. Let's try and not end up in the forest before the runway, yeah, chat?
Return left heading 190 degrees, descent altitude 3,500 feet.
Left turn 190 degrees and 3,500 feet. Postman 2823. All right, 3,500 feet. We're going level change. Out of the upcoming releases, which airplanes do you believe we're getting next?
Postman 932, fly heading 110 degrees.
110 degrees, Postman 932.
I think the Phoenix A319 and A321 are going to be the next payware aircraft that are going to be out, followed closely by the iniBuilds 777 or the TFDI MD-11. I think both of those aircrafts are probably close to being the same difference. So, do you have to set the QNH in the wind and the FMC in this bird? Apparently you do. Somebody was saying you do have to set it somewhere. I don't know. I haven't been able to see where you do that. Somebody said, actually, let's take a look. Is it in the progress or the reference? I don't know. Econ descent, fuel prediction.
Free turn left heading 120 degrees when established on the localizer, runway 09, descend the glide.
Right, left turn 120 degrees when established on the localizer, descend on the glide path. Postman 2823. Right, 120 on the heading. We're going to arm our localizer. There's Lokestar captured. Beautiful. We'll arm our land switch now. You can see Lokestar has been capped. We've got glide slope there. Let's go slats 15 degrees. I'm going to start rolling back our speed now as well. Let's bring this to 190 before we get glide slope. Again, you want to be one step ahead with this airplane. It can really get ahead of you. Let's go flaps 15 degrees now as well. We've got the airport out here in front of us. And if you can kind of have the aircraft just as you're intercepting glide slope at about 180, 190 knots, I feel that's best kind of manageable speed. Reading the TFDI Discord, it doesn't really look promising anytime soon to get a polished product. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm only saying that, Buckeye, just because...
2,000 feet, cleared on approach, runway 09.
We're on the glide path now for Postman 2823.
Postman 2823, thanks. Contact East Midlands Tower 124.005, cheerio.
Tower 124.005, thanks for ATC. Have a great evening. All right, 124.005 for East Midlands Tower. We'll let them know. East Midlands Tower, good evening. Postman 2823, ILS runway 9.
Postman 2823, East Midlands Tower, Liberty approach number 1.
To the approach, Postman 2823. All right. 2,500 feet. Let's go gear down. Slats and flaps 20 degrees. We'll bring our speed back to 170. Sounds can go up here in the sim. Good. We can get all of those on. I'll give you a nice view here of the gear coming down.
We'd like to roll down to whiskey if possible. Jet 39, Roger, right.
Gear is down.
Right, whiskey, thanks.
Let's go. Final approach speed today, which was going to be 138. 138.
Delta
Let's go. Slots and flaps 20 degrees. Sorry, 35 degrees. Ground spoiler is armed. We already did that. We're good pilots, and the auto brake is set to low. Good. I am going to control the throttles now. Good. And it is a beautiful approach. I'm going to start the replay. Replay is recording, and I will take control of the aircraft. Enjoy the arrival, friends.
W3 runway 09 split alarm surface wind 040 degrees 4 knots.
Land runway 9, postman 283. Alright, clear to land, chat. Looking good. Oh, what, the YoCam's not on? What happened? I thought the YoCam was on. My bad. I thought I hit the button. I must have misclicked. My apologies, chat. A little bit of a crosswind, 11 knots right now. No big deal.
East Midlands Tower, Skyway 7026, engage 123 Boeing 737 with information for runway requesting EyeDoc to Jersey.
Skyway 726, East Midlands Tower, good. Evening, clear to Jersey, 734 Papa departure, 42736.
I still say that this is one of the best hand-flying airplanes I've flown in this sim. It feels just so stable. Where I find a lot of the other airplanes feel a little bit squirrely. This thing just feels fantastic. Probably one of my favorite hand-flying. You have to be precise with her, but man, so good. So good.
200.
Settle. Beauty. Nose down gently. Reversers are out. Decelerating. There's 80 knots. Reversers are stowed. Let it roll out. Auto brakes come out. Bring it back up into the flight deck. Nice. Again, I think that landing rate was a little bit... I don't trust that. We landed on kind of an upslope, so I'm not really going to trust that. But it was definitely a great approach. Just let it kind of bleed off that last 5 feet. Let it kiss the ground is really all you needed to do.
Right, whiskey taxi stand 114 via Foxtrot.
Stand 114 via Foxtrot for postman 223, thanks for ATC. 114. Nope, not there. 114, chat. I have no clue where we're going to be going. West Apron, 114. Ah, there we go. 114.
From 09, clear to land, surface wind 040 degrees 4 knots.
DHL.
Clear flight.
Sweet. Cool. Great flying today, friends. Two great approaches. Had a 140 something into Dublin and a 83 into here. Very pleased with those approaches. Let's go ahead and clean up the ground spoilers, clean up the flaps. Remember guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Show the channel some love. Thanks everybody who's been here hanging out today. Really do appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. We got a great flight for you guys tomorrow as well. We're going to be departing East Midlands once again, but we're going all the way down to Madrid. That is the plan for tomorrow. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We like doing those flights. We love flying in Spain. Should be a great one tomorrow as well. If you're around tomorrow evening and you would like to join, please do so. It will be a lot of fun. Larry dropping the 15 bomb. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thanks for your support, Larry. Appreciate you, man. Incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate that. Where in Spain? Madrid. LEMD. Madrid. There's company A300 landing as well right now. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We're going all the way down, chat. All the way down. Great ATC in here as well.
Thanks so much.
Give us 114 all the way to the last one, chat. All the way down the end. The last one. How long was that flight? 40 minutes or 41 minutes? 48 minutes.
Down
Nice.
105. Via Juliet.
Hey, I've just got a new computer and now I'm running Microsoft on Steam. How do I get the airplane onto Steam? Larry, you need to find your community folder. So wherever you installed the game, if you Google or YouTube it, Larry, there should be some great tutorials. But you need to find your Steam apps folder and your games folder. That's where it's going to be. That was really cool. Armahal and Donnie have always wondered what the pilots can see when they land. Cheers, Cap. There you go, Phil. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Okay, getting a little bit closer down to the ramp area. Let's go and spool up the APU. What button do you use for talking on VATSIM? The back of my yoke, Savage. There's a left trigger and a right trigger. So the right trigger does my head tracking. So I can turn it on and off by just having my hand on the yoke if I need it to be. So now you can see that it's turned off. And the left one does my push to talk. And it's pretty simple. You can set up whatever button you want. You just set it up through your client. So you just go to settings and you go push to talk. And then it'll allow you to set a button. You can see here that it's set to button 1 on my TCA Boeing yoke. It's pretty simple. You could set it to anything that you want. If you had, you could set it to a button on your mouse, you could set it to a button on there. So why do you e-cigarette? Stop, I'm gonna bother. How do you get the tip showing your feet per minute? Haribo, it's !LRM. It's called landing rate monitor, !LRM. Why do you breathe? It's the world we live in, chat. This is it. This is real life, just to let you know. This isn't a simulation. This is real life. Those are off. Those are off. That's all looking good. The APU is on. We can flip the APU gen on. It'll give us a warning now.
East Midlands Tower.
Go. GMC, thank you for your support, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member up here in business class. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for your support.
I see. Traffic 44 Bravo Yankee.
All right, Literally going all the way down to the end, chat. We had a beautiful little tour of the scenery. Looking real good over here.
Midlands Tower,
Real good.
Skyway
Autopilot disconnects upon pressing a cap. Any ideas it won't stay connected? Make sure you don't have any inputs when you're turning on autopilot.
Skyway 7
Sounds like you may have to
Skyway 7026.
maybe run some calibrations on your throttles or your joystick or your rudder pedals. Something's being moved. Jay, my man, coming in with another gifted member as well. Huge no floaties to you, Jay. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Thank you, my friend. How do you know it's real life and it isn't a simulation? Pinch yourself. If it hurts, it's real life. Although, fuck, you might be right, Rosie. Maybe it would hurt in a simulation as well. Who knows? Maybe we are in a simulation. And that's why things happen the way that they happen. Could make sense with that as well. Maybe we get a dance today, chat. We haven't had a dance in the new year yet. We've done quite a few flights in the new year, but we haven't had a dance yet. Let's see if we can get a dance. We'll get perfectly zero. No. Go forward. We want perfect zeros. Thank you. All right, perfect zeros. Park brake is on. APU is on. Beacon light is off. Engine number 1 is off. Engine number 2 is off. Dance. Dance? Dance? No dance. Just the thumbs up. Well, there we have it, friends. What a beautiful day of flying. Gotta open up the main cargo door here as well. Main cargo door as well. There it is. Beautiful. Hey, there we have it, friends. What a beautiful day of flying. Jay, thank you for your membership as well, your gifted membership to Rosie. Rosie, please make sure you say thank you. Incredibly kind. Thank you so much, Jay Stevens. Appreciate you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday to you, and thank you for the continued support of the channel, man. I really hope you guys enjoyed that, man. It was a lot of fun today. Again, a little bit of a shorter than usual, but I really wanted to do these kind of like short little cargo hops just because this airplane is so much fun, and there actually is a little bit more of a workload than, let's say, flying an A320 or something. So it makes it a little bit more fun, in my opinion, to do these workload turnarounds. But I sincerely enjoyed that one. If you guys are looking for some super short little DHL hops or something that you can do, I would suggest this route, especially with the airport sceneries. Exclamation point scenery in chat. You've got the Pyrig East Midlands. We already know everything we need to know about Pyrig. The guy does incredible work. And then we've got the MK Studios Dublin as well, which has the new runway 28 right. So if you don't have that, because I don't believe it's in the base game. So had a lot of fun. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Truly do appreciate it. We are live again tomorrow. We're going to finish off the 2 weeks. As I always say, when a new airplane releases, you can expect me to usually fly it for 2 weeks. Some people think that that's too much. I personally enjoy flying an aircraft for 2 weeks because I really am starting to understand how this aircraft flies and the systems, and I can 100% say that since we came back from the New Year's, our landings in this aircraft have been fantastic. We've had a lot of great flights, so I definitely want to jump back in this again, but we're going to finish off tomorrow for our 2 weeks of flying this aircraft. Tomorrow we're going to be doing East Midlands all the way down to Madrid. I think it's about a 2-hour flight, just over 2-hour flight, so it'll be the longest flight we've done in the actually maybe not. We did 3.5 hours from Memphis to Burbank, so maybe not actually. Our second longest flight. Are you a real pilot? At this point, I feel like I'm just going to start saying yes. Maybe I just need to put it into my title as well. Real World Pilot Live. Maybe then I can garner some more views. Chat, can we just pretend that I'm a real world pilot? What type rating do I have, chat? We'll let chat decide what type of type rating I have, and maybe that's what we're going to start telling people, because I feel like we can be a lot cooler if we just say that we're real world pilots, right? Come on. Everybody seems to love real sim pilot. Ooh, I kind of like that one too. I'm type rated on a 787, type rated on a 172. Yep. Certified glider pilot. You know what? I used to have my glider's license back in the Air Cadets when I was like 15 years old, 14, 15. When was I in Air Cadets? 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. I was in Air Cadets for 4 years and I had my pilot's license, my glider pilot. We used to go every Sunday at the glider school. So hold on, chat. Because I once held a glider pilot license, can I say that I'm officially a type-rated real-world pilot? Does that work? How does that work? In Air Cadets RAF? I don't know if it's different. I know that they have them everywhere. I don't know what the Air Cadets are, but Mopar, yes. Real-world sim pilot because you are a real human. Well, maybe I'm a simulation, you know? Absolutely, yes. Reggie, don't. Oh, man. Damn right, Cap. Oh, man, I'm just playing around, guys. I'm just playing around. You guys know me. I don't care about that shit, dude. I don't care. I'm just playing around. I'm just poking fun, having fun, man. But yes, that will be the plan for tomorrow, down to Madrid, back in the DHL colors. And then, of course, next week we got a lot of Frontier and Spirit coming. Frontier and Spirit next week because we're going to be flying the A320X, and we've got our mini FCU to test out as well next week. So a lot of fun stuff coming. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we have a little bit more inclination of when the Phoenix A319 and 321 are coming out, and we'll be able to grab those bad boys and start flying some 319s and 321s. Man, going to be incredible. Friends, mods, donators, and sponsors, thank you all so much for your support of the channel. I truly do appreciate it. Without you guys here, this ain't happening, man. So thank you, everybody, for all the support today. And not only today, but this weekend, man. It's been a lot of fun this weekend. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did as well. Doing some DHL flights out of Leipzig and of course, now doing some East Midlands over to Dublin today. What a beautiful airport, East Midlands. Always fantastic to fly in and out of here. A great time indeed. To everybody else that cannot donate using a monetary value, but donates with your time, your effort, being here in stream, smashing down that thumbs up button. You guys have been killing it, man. I think we've been close to like 400 likes on every single stream this weekend, so there's been a lot of love to the channel. We've been growing like crazy as well right now as well. So thank you all so much for the support. I truly do appreciate it. One more time, if you haven't done so, guys, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. Let's try and get up to 400 likes on the live stream. I see we're currently sitting very close to 400 likes, so that would be absolutely fantastic. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and jump inside the aircraft, and we're going to go ahead and stop our recording. We've got that ready to go. Let's go ahead and open up our GSX. Let's restart the Kutao script. Good. We're going to go ahead and close all of our doors. We're going to go ahead and go to our aircraft menu, and we're going to make sure that this is set for ready for takeoff. Good. While that's going, we're going to set our flaps and slats all the way full as well. You can see the lights are all coming on for our replay, and we're just going to let the slats and flaps come all the way down full and the engines spool up, and then we'll go ahead and watch our replay, friends. I'm glad we're able to catch that one. Do you touch water and think it's too wet? Are you asking if I'm on the spectrum? Sounds like a spectrum question. Did Phoenix say something about the 319 and 321 since we're hoping for a next week release? So Ben's, they gave I think like on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something like that, they put out a thing saying that all was progressing well and that they were sorry that they couldn't get it out sooner, but they think that they're a matter of weeks, not months, away from release. That's all that we said. That's all that was said. So maybe I'm thinking a little bit too much into it, but I'm hoping that over the next probably 2 weeks or so, we should see. And if we don't see it, we should at least have like a firm release date. Like, hey guys, this is when it's going to be available. Everybody ready. Because I think that day will be an absolute bananas fest as well. Slats and flaps are coming back. Almost in the full position. Let's go ahead and hit the play button. Actually, we'll just wait for slats. Slats are almost all the way out. We're at about 20 degrees right now. There they go. So slow on this aircraft, man. It's crazy. Takes a good like minute just for the flaps to go from 0 to full. Is this live? No, this is a pre-recorded video that you were speaking in the Matrix. Let's hit the play button. Beautiful. We'll move this forward. We can watch it from right about there. Is this the go-kart track that somebody was speaking about? I think this is the go-kart track right here, right? No, maybe not. That kind of looks like a... Anyways, apparently there's a go-kart track around here somewhere that you can see. Maybe it's inside. Watch some wing views. Oof, look at that coming in. You know what, chat? We need a thumbnail for tomorrow. I'm sorry, but that looks like an absolute banger of a thumbnail if I've ever seen one. That's our thumbnail for tomorrow, chat. Everybody smile. Everybody say cheese. There's the go-kart track. We're literally driving the racetrack. We're driving right over top of it. Oh shit, there's even cars driving around it. Okay, chat, it's kind of badass. Come on now. Kind of badass. Can you do a passenger view landing? Yes, of course. I'm just getting a thumbnail for tomorrow. We need our thumbnail for tomorrow's stream. This is a great thumbnail right here. But I was taking a screenshot and I wanted everybody to say cheese. Say cheese. Good job. Okay, give you a nice wing view of us coming in here. 400 likes. Nice. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't do that. You need to see the replay. Love just holding it off and then we just, oh, what a beauty. What a beauty, chat. That was a good landing. I am very happy with that one. Bring this back here a little bit, give you guys some left wing views. Cool. Friends, enjoy the replays. Enjoy the outro tunes. I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow for our flight from East Midlands down to Madrid. Again, if you are interested in joining, please do so. We will be on the VATSIM network, and it should be a great time. Enjoy the replay, friends. Have yourselves a wonderful Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whatever it may be. And I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow. Happy landings.